Hey guys! Sorry about the technical difficulties per usual. It seems like it's like Tip Talk Tech Difficulty Tuesdays. Anyways, hope everyone's doing well. I don't think I can see the comments yet. One second, guys. I don't know what's going on here. I'm pressing things I should not be pressing. No, do not do that. Do not. Sorry, don't mind me while I yell at my screen. I cannot see this. Why can't I see this? Where are the comments? What the hell? Sorry, guys. Okay, cool. There we go. Okay, now I can see things. Hi, guys. Hi, Eileen. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Shelly. It's so good to see you guys. Thank you for joining. So we have some fun stuff. You can kind of see down in this one. All right. Just some empty prepped ones. Sorry, that would be my puppy dog kiddo in the background there. Uh, hey, puppy, do you want to turn back into a real boy and come and say hello? Because he's a real boy. Come here, buddy. No, as a person, please. Please turn back into a person. Turn back into a person, please. Okay. Hi, everybody. Okay. Sorry, my puppy dog is now going to be a person. Right, this one. Hi. Hi, everybody. All right. So, because it's spring. No, puppy. Can you say hi like a person, please? You're not a puppy anymore. You're a person now. Bippity boppity boo. Person. Yeah, bippity boppity boo. Okay. Okay. Bye. Okay. Okay. Flowers, yay. Okay, so I'm gonna try and just show you guys some basics to a little bit more advanced as we go on. Hopefully we'll get them done pretty quickly. I do apologize ahead of time. My lamps are all just misbehaving terribly. So we'll just have to hope that they will cure. And Eileen says, hi, Elijah. All right, I think I'm going to just cut the chat here. Although for once my face actually looks halfway decent on this, so it's kind of like my close-up. No, I'm just kidding. Hi, Stacey says hi, little dude. He is just apparently he's stuck in permanent puppy form right now. I don't know who taught him that one. But all right. Okay. Anyways, so I am hoping we'll go through some of the basics. We're gonna do maybe some roses, some lilies, or definitely some orchids. Basically, the idea is you can make anything look like a flower. So flowers are easy, and I want to show you guys how easy flowers can be with basically any. You can do it with any brushes. I've got some really cool ones though that I'm excited about that I just got in. I want to show you guys really quick. It was super cheap too. Hey puppy, quiet down please, or no treats for you. Oh great, now I'm reinforcing the puppiness. Okay, so these guys are freaking cool as hell. Sorry, pardon my language, but they're so cool. They're just a bunch of different like. Here, probably easier on this one. There are a bunch of different, like, these guys. Oh, right, could be worse. Right. Hey, yeah, right. He could be acting like a freaking Loch Ness monster. Don't. That was not a suggestion. Okay, sorry. But yeah, no, these are really, really cool. So I was playing with these the other day, and they are just make it really, really easy to basically turn anything into a flower. Just like as long as it has like at least the 4 to 5, ideally 5, but 4 works too because you know orchids like look more like 4 than 5. I don't remember. Petals. Oh, it's a flower. As long as you stick to like the cylindrical aspect of it, you can make anything into a flower. These were some of our testers that I am not particularly pleased with, but it's because I kept getting a tropical vibe and not a spring vibe. So let's hope that today we're gonna get a spring vibe. Yeah, Shelly says hi, Tim, and hi, little man Elijah. He needs a puppy name. I guess Bubba's a good puppy name, huh? All right. No, we really need to stop reinforcing that whole puppy thing. My sister actually was playing like oh god, she'll kill me if she ever sees this live, but she used to have this thing until she was like, I don't know, first grade or maybe even later, where she would be like a bunny. And she would always like do that for like asking me things. Yeah. At least I'm not saying which sister, right? I have 3, so particular one who knows who she is won't know that I outed her bunniness, which would have been way more appropriate though for the season. He was a bunny. Yeah, no, see the quality of the brushes, meh. Yeah, that's why I wouldn't have spent more than the $8 that I spent on them because the quality was not. They're not great. They're not great. They start. I'm like I say myself centered. They're not wonderful, but they do the job, and that's what's fun though. I feel like sometimes with flowers, unless you're getting into like really hyper realistic flowers, where you want all of your highlights and shadows, placements, and petals and things more accurately. If you're just playing around, it's okay to have the kind of like cheapier, crappier brushes, and sometimes it's better because it gives you that more irregularity. Like the flowers, you want it to be irregular. Like each petal should always be slightly different than the other, even just so slightly. The more irregular, but yet still within your like circle pattern there, the better. But it's kind of fun, like getting the different edges and stuff. So we'll play with those. And then, of course, the traditional one stroke, which is like the funnest way to get like a cool ombre effect without having to do all the extra work. And then some liner brushes. I do have some of the new 3D gels, the white, black, and then the frosting one from Madam Glam that I've been playing with. It's super fun. And then just for funsies, I was thinking about maybe playing with some of the like little rose and like butterfly charms if we get to it, but probably not. But just they're cute, you know. If you ever just want to skip the artwork and put a charm on it, you can. Otherwise, yeah, I think that's it. One stroke brush. Oh, blooming gel. So I was thinking blooming gel roses too. And then yeah, so that's basically what we're gonna do. Let's do it. Oh, right on. All right, I'm gonna turn this on, and let's get to it. Do it. Let me see. Okay, fix my lighting really quick. Sorry, guys. All right. But yeah, no, yeah. Even if they're low quality brushes, those ones will make it really fun. They make it fun, especially for ones like these kinds, like this one. I used the other brushes and then some liners and stuff. But even which one? This one too. I think I used the other ones too. So it's like you can do all kinds of fun stuff. And then I started this weird one, but I just didn't get through the other layers. The other fun and easy tip I'm going to give you when it comes to flowers is if you just layer it. Like if you kind of just do layer after layer, so you allow it to be kind of thin on the first one, and then you layer it up, and then you kind of just layer it almost unevenly. It'll give it like a sense of depth so that you don't have to worry about putting in shadows and highlights. And then of course too, I also forgot, I should have showed you guys, I'm so excited. I had my husband finally find all of my my watercolor palettes. So all of my old beauties. Like I've got about 3 different palettes of some of my favorite colors in there, and some of my good brushes I found. So we are going to try at least one of that technique. I will be honest, I have not done that yet. I have not used watercolor on a nail before, so I have absolutely no clue how it's going to work out at all. But we're going to play with it because I think it'd be really fun. And what better technique for watercolor than flowers? So this is just some ones I prepped. There's nothing fancy about them. Some of them are a little dusty because they're old. But let's see. Let's start with something really simple. I'm just going to go with this one. I know. You would think by now I would be far more prepared for these, but it's like about the last second, I always just toss out any ideas that were in my brain. Not by choice, just because that's my brain. And just have no idea what I'm doing. All right. I think what I want to try to do first is we're going to try and do a one stroke method because I think that that's kind of, to me, the most fun. And I only really see a lot of tutorials online for it with acrylic paints. I've seen a few with gel, but not as many as I would like. So let's just get these out here. Sorry, I should definitely swap this again. I didn't realize what a mess it's been. It's just like my house is like, or even this nail studio itself that's like separated off from everything. It still just seems to collect like all of the dust and lint and fur and everything from the freaking house, no matter what I do. Oh, I'm gonna color there. Okay, so I've got my favorite little palettes here. I actually got these too, which I'm kind of excited about, but I feel like this is just a disaster waiting to happen if I use these during a live. So, okay, anyways, sorry guys. Back to, so one stroke is basically the idea of having a one stroke. I don't know for anybody who doesn't know, at least one stroke is the idea of making each petal in like one stroke. So you don't have to go back in with more colors or like, you know what I mean, ombreing each individual petal out, etc., etc. They make like actual one stroke brushes, but they are not as easy to find, which is kind of annoying. I couldn't even find one on Amazon at all, like at all. I couldn't even find a small, because basically it's just flat angled is what this is. They call it a one stroke brush, but it's the flat angled. But the idea is that it needs to be this small, like this tiny. Otherwise it'll take up far too much space. Because like, as you can see, compared to a regular flat angled brush, like this thing's tiny, tiny, tiny. It's super, super tiny, tiny, tiny. And I'm really excited because it just came in today, thank goodness. So I'm really, really excited to play with it. So I've only been working with the larger ones, and that is why it's really hard to fit anything on your nail. So, but the idea is that you're going to put 2 colors. You can put as many as you want, but because it's so small, you really only can fit 2, really, in my opinion, on on your brush. So let me just wipe that clean. We're gonna just go with a nice little nude background. This is polished and matted, just so that you guys know. I try to matte top coat pretty much anything I'm gonna do art on. It just makes everything easier for me. There's very few things that I find easier without matte top coat. I did leave, I think, 1 or 2 of these nails without matte, and then I used the Kona matte top coat on these, so I can actually show you. This is kind of cool. If you look at the difference in mattes on this, you can really, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but in person, it's kind of incredible how different you can get from one matte top coat to another. Like this one is like super matte, or I don't know, this one's a better example, I guess, but like it's like super, super matte. And then the one next to it is more like satin, if that makes sense. Same polish underneath, totally different sheen after the fact. And then the one next to it's not top coated at all, but like you can see the difference, I hope. In person, it's really obvious. The red velvet matte top coat from Madam Glam is by far the most matte surface you can get. And then this one's like a satin one, which I really, really think the finish is really pretty, but it doesn't work as well, I believe, like in my personal opinion, for doing artwork over because of that. Of course, this magnet just freaking broke off. Of course it did. Anyways, so I'm saving that one for our watercolor because I have this weird feeling that the satin finished one might be better and more porous for our watercolor, but we're going to find out. So, okay, sorry, I'm going to stop rambling hopefully for a second. But yeah, the idea is that you're going to put your colors on, and this is just from my other one, but you kind of dip it and then you just keep spreading it so it ombres itself into the brush like so, and then you would draw your flowers. So now I showed you that. Let me wipe this off, and then we will get some other colors up in here. Sorry, these are like my little bitty mini palettes, which are basically just my rings that I ordered, but the back of the ring came off already, like upon arriving. But I was like, that's actually kind of okay, because then I have little baby ones to play with. They don't take up too much screen space. So I might actually keep these, even though like they're like falling apart already. But yeah, I only had them for like 2 days and they're already falling apart. But I mean, you know, lemons out of lemonade, I guess. And then let's see. So I am using both like the Madam Glam gel paints as well as Madam Glam and Nail Couture polishes. I prefer the gel paints for most things because of the thickness of them. It gives it a nice little dimension, especially for flowers. You kind of want that like extra three-dimensionalness of it all, 3D-ishness. Whatever, that's not English, but whatever. But when it comes to one stroke, you can, I mean, when it comes to any of them, you can use any of it. It just depends how many layers you want to put on it. So if you want to be like really layering it up so that you get a lot of depth, you're going to want to probably use a thinner one like a polish. If you really want to just get it to like pop off of your nail, off of just 1 or 2 coats, then I would definitely just go right in with the gel paint. But you can use either. That's the fun part. It really doesn't matter. Heck, I mix them together sometimes. Yes, I break the traditionalist rules. So let me see really quick here if I want to do this or that. Let me see. Let's try this with a gel paints, but I'm going to show you what I do. So, hey Andrea, how are you, baby girl? That's so nice of you to say hello. We see pretty colors. I know you would not even know this was polishes. They look like my my watercolors. But we're actually going to use watercolors later. So like if you're still around, you should totally check in, Andrea. Sorry, Andrea's one of my old friends from a long time, and is one of my actual like my artist friends. So she appreciates watercolor. She's my watercolor buddy. All right, let's see. Let's try maybe do something like this. So we're going to take some of this darkest purple. We're just going to take a little bit there on the edge, and then we're going to just take some of these other purple, and then we're going to take a little bit of this light purple. And I have no idea how well that's going to work out. I usually would lay it out on a palette probably first, but I'm just going to go right in and see. You can always test what it's going to look like. Let's see. Let's just go like this. It's kind of like you would with a marble where you lay them out, but because I have them in a palette, I'm not really doing that. But and then you just like that. I feel like this doesn't show very well. Let's see. Okay. And then you can have your little guy, little tiny guy. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, and then you're going to just swipe through your colors as you would like, and then it almost ombres on the palette, but that way you can kind of get an idea of what it's going to look like on the stuff. So you can kind of see it. Hopefully that'll work out okay. I don't know, I kind of overmixed, but we're gonna find out. And then you're just gonna go on in and let's see. Sorry guys, forgive me. This is the first time I've actually played with this brush, this particular one stroke brush, because they're really not that easy to find. I was very disappointed with that. And I am extraordinarily shaky today for some freaking reason, so please forgive me. But oh, also, I should, disclaimer, I'm a lefty, guys, so it may seem or look kind of backwards the way that I do it. You would just want to run your brush probably the opposite direction of what you're seeing if you're right-handed, because it does actually make a difference, which is, I know it's not my favorite thing, but sorry, I just realized I have 3D gel down here and it is getting everything sticky. So give me 1 second, guys, or I'm gonna forget and I'm gonna end up with gel everywhere. And with my allergies, even though it's hyperallergenic, it's not good. Okay, sorry, don't mind me. All right, I'm a little nervous. I know that yes, lefties rule. Yes, we do. But I will say I'm a little nervous about doing this with this brush for the first time, so forgive me. Because I feel like the first petal is the hardest, if that makes sense. The first petal is always the scariest, you know, but I mean, it doesn't need to be. You can always wipe it off, but it's just like that placement of the first petal seems to make the rest of the whole thing go easily or not. If that makes sense? Let's see. All right, first shot now. See, like so pretty, and you can just like screw with it. Obviously, when do I not faff around with it? But obviously, I didn't go in with just one stroke. But you can, then you can kind of just do whatever you want to give yourself little edges. You can just you know, uh, yeah. I just said it in sing song. I said it. But yeah, and that like would normally be a little wide if you're gonna fit all five, but kind of going for an orchid look. But honestly, I have to say orchids, like I can't remember without a reference photo like anything. So I don't know that mind's eye thing. Hi, Bubba. Hi. Hi, Bubba. Everybody says hello. Yes, hi. Hi, buddy. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna try and actually put this on my palette already because putting it on the brush is just pre-mixing them a little too much. So let me just put some on here with a brush really quick. That's the only downside of using like paint versus or potted polishes and paints versus ones in the bottles. You can't just lay the color out with your polished brush. Like you know what I mean? You have to actually like relocate it out of the. I mean, yeah, you can take it right out of the paint thing and put it on here like I'm doing now, I guess. But it just seems easier for me with a polished brush sometimes. But I do really like the. You're so cute. Yes, yes. Come back after, sweetheart. Yeah, we'll still be here for a while, so. I always end up taking a little longer than I'd like, but as long as it is jam-packed with info, I hope that it is still enjoyable. All right, I really want a little bit more dark on my edges, so I'm trying to pick up more of this purple here. And then we're just gonna go in again. And let's see, so if we place 1, 2, 3, let's just try and make this like a 5. I think okay, maybe somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think orchids are actually 4 petals, but then like the 5th one is like over the top of them, if that's correct. Am I thinking of the wrong flower here? Like I think they're one of the few that doesn't actually have like the 5 evenly dispersed, if that makes sense. They're more like 4, and then like they have like that one that just like sits kind of over them, if that makes sense. I don't know. Somebody who knows orchids might be able to tell me a little bit more. I should have brushed up on my flora and fauna. I did not, and that's okay. Let's see here. So yeah, see, it's just super easy though, and it's cool because you really get a nice little color shift. I do wish that this was picking up a little better. It's not picking up my purple the way I want it to. It looks well, at least it looks more Eastery spring, right? Like in person, it is definitely more purple. I don't have this issue when I'm filming with my regular camera, but StreamYard doesn't like to pick up my colors properly. It's a little bit annoying. Like, stop doing that. So let me see if I could just adjust the light out a little bit or something. Okay, don't mind me. Sorry. Okay. And then it's okay if you overlap, but I don't know. From what I know from watercolor, like traditional art, especially watercolor, it's always kind of best to leave some white space, especially with flowers. But yeah, when you leave white space, it gives it extra depth. So I always try to make it as irregular and uneven and just, you know, I feel like that is just like looking more like a 4-leaf clover. but it's always about the trust the process, right? I don't know. I really wish that my husband had his phone, but I have it. So he could look up a freaking orchid right now because I've completely forgotten what the heck they look like already. I think it's like 5, but one of them's small and overlapping, I think. So we're going to just go and overlap here. See, it's a little harder when you go from left to right as a lefty. Like if I go from right to left, I can get a better thing, but it's just not giving me that ombre effect that I really want. It's just not. This actually looks more like a freaking like purple plumeria. Okay. Actually, that's a lie. Sorry. I'm not hibiscus. Hibiscus is normal. And then, yeah, I like to leave my centers always kind of just liney, but it depends on the flower. But I feel like if you do this with your centers, then it's always going to look more like an actual flower. And then I think I'm going to cure this really quick, and then we're going to go back in with that top one that goes over. 5 petals, 1 middle on top, with 2 in the front, 2 in the bottom. Okay, so yeah, this is more like hibiscus. My bad. Sorry, we'll try the whole orchid thing again after. We'll do it with blue. Yeah, because that's funny. I think though with this brush, I would think it's actually the best one possible for a what's the word for an orchid. I think the orchid is more rounded, yes. So let me grab my round brushes. Where are they? I had some really cool new brushes, but I'm like, I gotta stop being tempted to play with them and just stick to what I'm good with. All right. Well, that is curing a couple times in my lamps because they're all breaking. Let's just get started on the next one. So I'm gonna just use, you can use those, you can use this one now, a round pointed. Hi, Bubba. Okay, so yeah, this is just my detail round. Basically, it's as close to like my watercolor brushes as I've ever gotten. Let me see. Bubba, please, buddy. I know, hi, buddy. I love you so much, but please no touchy nothing, okay? Let's just use this one. We're gonna use blue. Okay. Hey, Michael, honey. Michael. What are you doing, babe? Like, sorry, guys. I just don't want him. He like literally knocked my fuzzy socks into my entire palette of gel paint the other day, so I'm a little afraid of having this non. Hey, hi, Bubba, hi, Michael. I don't know why you don't think you can just walk in. You can grab him and maybe distract him with something fun, like his tablet or something, whatever it takes to be. Okay, he's super cute and I love him, but I'm too easily distracted. Okay, I'm just an easily distracted person. All right, let's go in with some. I wish I could get this in shot nicely, but it's just not. But I'm just gonna go in with some blue, I think. And we're gonna just make some fun, like little middle color blue ones. And I'm gonna show you how to do it without having like a 1-stroke brush and still getting a fun, pretty flowers. Let's try and let's see if I get this orchid right. I don't know. Normally I would try to do like more of them off-centered like I did the other ones, but because this is more just how to do the flowers, I'm just gonna stick with the big giant one in the centers for now, I think. But all right, so you said 5 petals, 1 middle on top with 2 in front of it, and 2 on the bottom. That is actually really confusing the more that I think about that. Okay. Top one. So yeah, 5 total, but yeah, 1 middle on the top. Yeah. So 2 in the front. Yeah. Okay. So it's basically like the 4 and then the 1 that sits over it, right? Why do I feel like I don't know how to draw an orchid anymore? Okay. Anyways, when you have a regular round like this, you can use the pressure to make your variations. So depending on where you want to start or end, it doesn't really matter, but you can just press and then bam, and then lift up. Normally I get a cleaner look. No, yeah, no, you're great, Stacey. No, I appreciate it because I think that's what I was trying to say, right? Like it's basically like 4 petals, but the 5th one is like over the other ones, basically. It's like popping out almost. You always want to have like a little bit of that's a really blue. Okay, that's okay. You can always lighten. That's what's so great about this versus watercolor is you can actually lighten after the fact and not. But see, yeah, you don't need anything fancy. You can just go in and basically color it in. Like just regular coloring. But let's see if I can. It's funny, I had looked at so many orchid pictures before this, and now I just cannot seem to remember anything for that matter. But let's see. I think I have like that little like thing there, right? The little pointy part. I really should just close out of the screen and check that. And then C2, like I like doing than on the matte top coat, because then when I don't like what I do, I can just wipe it. But let's just see if we can get this looking halfway decent for a second here. I'm gonna have to look this up. I have to freaking find it. Oh shit! Sorry, pardon my language. Sorry, guys. Yeah, this is. I think the purple one actually kind of looks like an orchid, or it will when you get the yellow one on top of it. But let me see if I can find this really quick, guys. Of course I can't, and my husband's not here to help me, but okay. Let's keep working on this. Let's see. So just grab some more blue and make it a little lighter. And we're just gonna keep going and just keep going. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? Please don't hurt yourself. What are you doing? Michael, is the TV or the tablet on or anything for that? Fun? Like, hello? Sorry, I'm not even in the shot. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, I'm just gonna draw a regular freaking stupid flower right now, just so that I can get my hand warmed up for this, I guess. Because, yep, sorry guys. I don't even know why I decided to do this ugly ass thing. But yeah, as you can tell, no matter how hard I try, like, in practice, nothing sort of hurt. But it can still look like a flower. Like, it's just an ugly flower. Yeah. Three petals, three sepals, third petal forming a small lip. Oh, that's why. Okay, so it's a triangle. Yeah, so yeah, I remember the triangle thing. I just couldn't remember if it was 4 or 3. Okay, so it's like it is still 5, but it's not all like in the same layer. I mean, of course, all flowers have lots of layers, but okay, let me see here. Sorry, I do a lot better, especially with flowers, with references, which I thought I had pulled up, but then apparently my tablet died. And every time I keep cries now, like I think I go into a little bit of a panic attack. So I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I just, yeah, for some reason it just puts me kind of into like absolute panic. I don't know why. Only when I'm live, but like, you know what I mean? It's just something about him starting to like cry and scream when I'm on the live that really freaking freaks me out now. And then the fact that I can't get this freaking tablet to load. Okay, I'm not gonna waste any more time on this though. We're just gonna make an ugly one for now. We're gonna make an ugly flower because everybody can still do an ugly flower and still have it come out halfway flower looking. I'm gonna prove a point, hopefully. I hope. So it looks really flat, yes, but the whole idea is that this is okay because you can build up like with acrylic, which is something I was never really good at. Um, oh, watercolor girl, I was never good at acrylic. Watercolor pastels, yes, acrylic. So see, so yeah, this obviously not pretty, no, not ugly. But what's fun is you can go in a little wet or after you cure it and just keep adding more and more dimension and prettiness to it. Yeah, lip being single point at the bottom. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Yes. Okay. Thank you. I think I looked at too many flowers, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like when you start looking for so many that you can't even remember which one's which anymore. Like all the flowers start to look the same. Let me see. Okay, yeah, cool. There's my reference photo really quick. Let's see here. Oh yeah, no, and I know that you even sent me some too, both of you guys, but for some reason my brain is just not remembering them. Oh yeah. So basically, yeah, we have like a Hawaiian orchid too, which gets mixed up with our Mary's and other things too. But okay, so that's what I was thinking. I think more so is like our Hawaiian orchids. Let me look for something that I don't know traditionally speaking. There's a lot of different types of orchids, guys. Like holy, sorry, there's like at least 12 different types of orchids, which is kind of trippy because like everybody can be right then, like in what they're saying about the orchids here, but like it doesn't mean that like it's not an orchid. It's just a different species of it. There's a lot of different types of orchids. That's really cool. I think that is so interesting. Oh, that's really pretty. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, you get with the two like that and this one like this. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm just like, don't mind me. I'm we're gonna attempt this like cool like rainbow orchid after them. Okay, let me just get this really ugly thing out of the way so that we can show you what I'm talking about when I say making it pretty after the fact. And then hopefully this is secured too by now. But I'm literally using like 3 lamps and a flashing lamp because otherwise I am just heavily disappointed at the end and it's just so sad. Okay. When I go to put something else over it, it all just starts to shift. It's just so, so sad. All right, I'm gonna grab a little bit more of my dark purple for this one. We're just gonna finish up this little 1-stroke flower here by adding some more layerings. Let's get some lighter. So, see, same thing. So I just blend them. Make like an ombre on the brush. You can always test it, see what it's gonna look like, if it's good enough or not. There we go. Okay, and then now this one's cured. We're gonna go back over it with our. So this one's more like a Hawaiian orchid, but that's okay. Let's see. Sorry, let me double check what I'm trying to do here. I don't know. Sometimes it's backfires. Yeah. Wow. 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 Sorry. Let me highlight that comment because that yeah. Wow. Just wow. That's a lot of orchids, guys. Wow. Is it like that with every other like flower that we know about? Like, does that make sense? Like, is it like that like with like daisies and dandelions and things like that? Like, is there that many species for like every type of like flower name that we're like super aware of? Because that's crazy. That is a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. All right. Same thing. I'm gonna go this way though. It's gonna go one step, one step. Just kind of layer. Get that pretty, pretty color going. And then try it again. There's a hair in it, of course, somehow. Oh, hey, George! Yay! Right, he doesn't love purple flower. It's so traditionally flowery. I'm gonna end up making this more like a purple hibiscus kind of Hawaiian style leaf here. But yeah, as long as you guys get the general idea of how like a 1-stroke brush can be useful, and that's just by piling up almost like the ombre on it to begin with, and then see like as you layer it, it will just give it more depth. But it's really, this glare is making it really hard to freaking see though, and it's kind of upsetting, but that's okay. Let's see really quick here. Sorry guys. I gotta stop apologizing. I don't know. You guys are so sweet. You guys are the absolute best for just like hanging out with me through all of the craziness that is my existence. But yeah, let's see. Hopefully that hair's gone right. And then let's see. Let's just go this way. And make that one a little more away. All right. Let's try add something like this, and I think that that is gonna be good. And then we'll just go in with our little same thing in that direction, I think, and then our little middles, and call this one a day. Obviously, it's off centered, so it'll be up to you what you want to do at the top of it. You could add like another one here, just like the edge of it. I don't paint on this one, but you know what I mean. So it looks like it's got lots of flowers. Let's try to use a little bit better, some darker stuff here. Really want that like dark texture look to come in. There you go. All right. And then let's take this really ugly blue thing that would look normally like a child did it and turn it into something pretty. I hope. All right. See. Oh, good. Yay, the purples. Yay. I'm glad. Yeah, it's funny when with orchids, I think of you and Stacy for sure. Like you guys both love orchids. I was like, yay, 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 yay. And George, don't worry, we're gonna do a blooming gel rose right after this too. Yay! I got everyone's favorites. Hopefully, let me go in here and get some lighter blue now. I will say a little tip too: if you overload up your brush, it can get a little difficult to move it around and give it the thing you want. Like it'll lose its point. So, shush, Eileen. You know what's funny? Okay, good. I'm glad you say that this is your skill level because hopefully we can make this end up looking really, really good. And then you're going to realize like, oh, okay, I could do that. Like that's easy. That's why I want to do something that doesn't require anything really special, just any kind of little round brush. And let's try to make something cool. But I really firmly believe that anybody could do anything better than what I did with this flower because not only is it just, yeah, yeah, but that's okay. I'm going to see what we can do here. I think that we can do something fun. I will say though, if you guys are using the Madame Glam products ever, they did change their curing times on their recommended curing times, whatever. So obviously the old bottles aren't updated. I don't know if it's just a new formula, and if maybe that's why I'm having issues with curing. But it's now 60 seconds for their color instead of 30, and 2 minutes for the paints. So something to keep in mind. You definitely want to. I always cure them for 60 seconds, anyways, just because I'd rather it be overcured than undercured. But yeah, for the paints, you need to put them in there for like 2 minutes, especially these new 3D ones, which I'm going to show you in a second. Hopefully we can use those to make something look really, really cool. But yeah, the idea is just to like do. And then what's fun though about it is you can basically turn this into its own like form of watercolor in a sense. Like see how like the edges are kind of rough on this? That's what's so fun about this. It's basically, to me, gel is watercolor, but in a nice like thicker, paintier form, obviously. But you can literally grab your cleanup brush. Oh yes, I think I know which one you're talking about. And those are actually really, really pretty. So that's really cool. But yeah, see, I like that you said that too, because it's about the like it looks like when it starts. Kind of like a lot of flowers before they bloom, right? They're like meh. But then when they bloom, you're like, oh wow, that actually turned out really good. And it's like the whole trust the process thing. But see, so like we can literally blend this out like an ombre on our own without needing any fancy one stroke technique, any fancy nothing. You just have a little bit of rubbing alcohol on your brush. Use any brush. I like my cleanup brushes because they're easy and they don't hold too much liquid because of their like ridiculously artificial hair. And then you just and then you can kind of just almost melt the gel. So it really is very, very similar to watercolor, which is really my favorite in my personal experience. But see what I mean? Like you can make it look that much cooler just by doing that. And then like you can really add in stuff too. Like you can go into like pigments and chromes, top coats, clear 3D gels, adding gemstones. I mean, there's so many different ways to just turn something that looks like a big blob of ick into something very, very pretty. And that's what's fun about it. Just, I mean, just don't get caught up in the same thing I tend to, which is the faffing about, as a beautifully accented UK lovelies would say, because then you'll be stuck making a single flower for a week, which is what I think I did with one of them. No lie. I think I spent a week just faffing one of these flowers. Okay, let's do something a little different just so I can mix it up while those are in my 5 different curing lamps. And let's see. I want to show you something. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna do it on this black matte top coated one, and I'm gonna try and just do a quick chrome thing with just top coat and these fun ones. And I think we're gonna have fun with this because I have not done this yet, but I wanted to. Yes, yes. Dotting tools are super, super useful when you have to work with such tiny, tiny little nails. Like if you're not, see, these are like some of the XXLs, and that's on purpose because I wanted the canvas space. But now when you're working with like little tiny regular length ones, dotting tools and even toothpicks, bobby pins, safety pins. I even had like, I have like these, which are really nice, like the skewers that you just get really cheap, but like they work out really, really good because they're wood. You can actually sand the edges down to like whatever thickness you need. It's really useful. You can get really crafty with that. But yeah, dotting tools are fabulous for that, to just place your flowers. I find them particularly useful when I'm trying to do like daisies and like what's the other ones that have like the really, really, anything with really skinny and lots of petals. But that's why I really like these brushes now too, because this one gives it that same effect without having to do all of the work. So it's really cool. There's just so many different random like things. And actually one of these that I love is like a better ombre brush than my ombre brushes. I think it's so funny. I think this is the one I saw. Yeah, because it's like got shorter bristles than the ombre brushes. It's really cool. Yeah, if you have like the extra $8, I'll link it later. I would totally get the set. It's not bad at all. It's really cool. And I love the Little Mermaid grippy handles. They're really nice for me. So, because I tend to be dropping things. But yeah, see, like this is the regular ombre brush. This one is like obviously not really for ombre, but I find it really, really useful for it. I'm just saying. So double purposed. So we're gonna actually play with maybe like this one and some. See how it's just got already done for you, so you don't have to go in with the liner to get like those individual edges. You just go in with this. And we're gonna grab some top coat, some nice just gloss top coat. This will probably be the easiest one we do. I'm just gonna put some gloss top coat on the palette here. And yeah, no dotting tools. And then, well, that's why I like the specific one stroke brushes. Like this one is from Hona. It's like $10 or less. That's why I'm like, anytime I can get a really high quality brush for that cheap, I'm excited. Otherwise, you end up spending like 15 to 20 on the good ones like from Red Iguana. But they're worth it, don't get me wrong. But still, I don't always want to spend that much on a brush that I'm probably going to end up destroying at some point. But that was the only one I could find like anywhere that wasn't either unshippable to Hawaii or ridiculously expensive, et cetera, et cetera. That was that small. Like there was nothing on Amazon. I mean, if you probably were to look more into like the art supply section, like if I had gone to like Jackson's where I get all my art supplies, I guarantee I could have found like a bunch of little tiny quote unquote one stroke brushes. But because I was trying to get one specifically for nails, just so I actually could show the actual one stroke brush, I went and grabbed that one. But I'm really glad I did because it is so much smaller that it just makes it so much easier. Because I was using the regular half like flat angled brush to try and do them, and like they're just so large that you can't even see any real definition. You can't tell the petals. It's just, yeah, it's too big. That's why, yeah, if you can get yourself a one stroke brush, invest in a good one and it will make you happy. It will make you very happy. Otherwise, these ones are just fun. So we're going to dip this in the top coat. Don't mind the really awful matte on this. I apologize again because, like I said, my freaking curing lamps have been evil. And yeah, it took a long time to get a freaking black nail to cure and to cure like halfway decently, and then to get the matte on it like evenly. It just didn't go. But I was like, it's okay, we're gonna cover it up anyways. But with matte, I particularly wanted to like to go in with like pigments and or 3D whites and or ideally chrome. So we're gonna go with top coat and we're gonna chrome it and see what kind of fun stuff we can get. So you would just with these guys find it best to just go like this. And then see how you get cool like little edges, because and you get them like automatically this way. I wish I hope you could see it, but it just makes it really, really easy. We're born of makeup brushes. Yeah, makeup brushes. Yes, it just I have an issue with those because I have so many because between like my old school art brushes and then my gel brushes, I was doing a lot of like Mary Kay makeup and stuff like that, and they're good brushes, but to get one small enough that has the right density and holds onto gel well enough, I struggle to find those in makeup brushes. To me, makeup brushes are made almost too cheaply unless you end up getting like a $30 makeup brush. Because it's funny, makeup brushes can get really, really pricey. Like I sometimes think that like, oh, gel brushes get pricey. Makeup brushes can get pricey if you want good quality makeup brushes. So for me, I'm like, yeah, the one stroke brushes. I know that places that you don't need a license for do sell them too. Like I think Red Iguana has one. Why do I keep dropping things? Sorry, guys. It's one of those days. Red Iguana has one. Probably get one pretty much from anywhere. I think like any retailer. I think even like ENC has one. I know Dorada Paprika Please forgive me. I totally should have checked, but I didn't expect to like name drop that one. But probably absolutely said that wrong. I'm so sorry. I will now have to check after. She has a fabulous one stroke brush and a lot of really, really beautiful tutorials that I think you guys would absolutely love too if you really want to like figure out how she like does it. But she does a lot of them with acrylic paints because you do get like better dimension. That's why I like this thing here. Let me show you really quick. I know I'm tangenting, but it's for a good reason, I hope. So these ones are from Madam Glam. Now, like I had said, I think in the prior video that I made, and I don't think I said it clear enough because it created some comments that didn't make a lot of sense. I didn't say they were not HEMA free. They are, in fact, all still HEMA free as far as we know. But their new white and black regular gel, I'm trying to say this as clearly as I can, people, are HEMA free, yes, not MMA free, and that is the methyl methacrylate. That is what has been banned from the FDA for a very, very long time. It is what has destroyed people's freaking lungs, noses, eyes, and nail beds, and actually caused long-term damage to organs, reproductive organs. Like it's dangerous. It's, to me, that's even worse than HEMA. Which I, I'm a very like anti-HEMA person. So for me to say something's worse than HEMA, that's a big thing. But it's been well known for so long that it's dangerous. While I do not know the implications of it being in a gel versus being in like a liquid monomer that you could breathe in the vapors of, I still can't imagine it being very good for your nails or your health in general. So I unfortunately will not and cannot and do not recommend getting the black, white, rose gold, silver, or gold of their new re-released gels. However, at least the white and black 3D embossing gels are still good, like still MMA free, still HEMA free, still good products. They're a lot thicker. Not a little, they're a lot thicker, but that actually kind of makes them more fun for me because that gives them the dimension on these nails, like especially with flowers that I really like. And I mix them into my other colors, like even polishes and stuff, to almost turn them into like the regular regular viscosity of gel paints. So if you add, thinness of the gel polish to the thickness of the 3D embossing gel, you get a really cool like pastel and or darker gel paint opacity or whatever. And I haven't had any problems with it curing or anything like that, but it just adds like that level of mixability and then usability too. Otherwise, Hona's detail paints are great and hyperallergenic. And Red Iguana has a really good white hard gel detail paint, which is super cool and fun. But keep in mind it is a hard gel. But it's not like really matters. You're going to file most of it off anyways before you soak off usually. So that's not really the point. Okay. Anyways, sorry, tangent. But I tried to pack as much random information as I can into these. That way, you know what I mean? Hopefully everybody can sell something. So yeah, so these ones are so fun though. You just literally like, and it just makes you your own little like, and you can flip it, and you just get like those little cool like irregular edges without having to actually do anything. Like not really like, you know what I mean? It just makes that easier, and I like that a lot. Okay. Oh no, you're good, baby girl. Thank you for staying up for me. I appreciate you staying up and watching and being a sweetheart. And hopefully, you'll be able to catch the replay later, and there'll be something of value for you here. Sorry, I definitely know I dragged on a little too long on this one. Again, for sure. But I love you and sleep well. I will talk to you soon, my sweets. Let's see. Let's just get this one done really quick. Because, yeah, I want to get to the watercolor really quick. So we're going to do this one. We're going to watercolor and then blooming flower or rose. And then I think that should be good to go. Oh, you're so sweet. Yeah, no, please. Yeah, you have work, right? I know. That's the only downside about doing like Tuesday nights, right? It's like everybody's got work in the morning and then the time zone difference. But I kind of like the idea of spicing up a Tuesday, if that makes sense somehow. I don't know. I'm a weirdo. Like, how can I make people's beginning of the weeks any better? I don't know. Because everybody like thinks like, oh, let's do stuff on the weekend. But I'm like, you know what? Why? Like, let's make the week funner, more fun. Sorry, gotta be more red. But yeah, you can just see. I don't know if you can see it until you really chrome it, but it's just fun. It gives it nice irregular edges, and it really helps you just kind of turn absolutely any 5 things in a circular pattern into a flower. Like it'll help you make anything into a flower. Let's use a different one for the second little corner guy here. Cure it, fix the last 2, and then we're gonna move on. All right. But it's cool because you get a lot of different random options in these ones too. Let's try this one for a second. Get a lot of really cool ones. Let's see. So just, you see what I mean though? I like ones where you gotta get that like faffiness. You can use an ombre brush though too, and then get some really cool like thin like edge lines there. But I also like to do it the other way so the center is a little different too, if that makes sense. You can go any way you want. That's kind of the fun about it. Like every flower can be your flower and it can still resemble at least some kind of flower out there. You know what I mean? Like even if it's not the flower you were going for, it will still resemble some kind of flower as long as you kind of stick to the idea of it being in a anywhere from 3 to 5 point round to triangle, because obviously orchids are like one of those few exceptions that escape the whole roundness idea, right? Like orchids to me are like the one thing that is not a round flower. It is technically kind of, sort of, but not really. You know, it's one of those very few exceptions in the flower world. That's also kind of why I love it, because it's a little different. All right, so there's our purplenesses. Let me see if I can get it. It's a good frame here. I feel like it was kind of dumb for me to put that other one in the corner, but that's okay. You know, you do what you want to do. These ones are not going on anybody's actual fingers, so this is for practice. So let's get that one cured up, and then we'll see what our funny little like blue. We'll just call this an Easter now because I'm making it melon flowers here, people. All right, let me just. I'm gonna have to make sure I don't touch any of the ones I just put on. But okay, now we're gonna just go back in, and we're going to do some detail work on this little blue guy really quick, and make him look halfway decent, hopefully, if I can do my job right. So what I do, at least for my stuff when I'm trying to like actually go more like realistic, I try to make sure that the shadow lines are really there. So like anything that would be overlapping, try to put some like darker colors in there, and then usually at like the base of flowers is a little darker. And then like, so flowers either go one of 3 ways. They have it darker towards the centers, darker towards the edges, or both. So it just depends on how big you're going to make a flower and if you're going for a hyper realistic flower or not, but that is up to you. And then let's see. What's fun too is you can actually leave it wet, right? And then go back in with it wet and add more detail. So I'm going to put a little bit of dark edging on this flower too. And then I think I'm going to actually go in and be a little crazy, and this might screw it up completely, who knows, but we're going to try it anyways, just for funsies, with just a, like a little liner. A little liner. Really quickly grab some of this 3D white embossing gel I was just talking about. Sorry, one second. Guys, are you okay? Michael, what was that? Okay, I forgot. I don't have to yell because you have the headphone. Huh? Sorry, he has his headphone in so that he can make sure my audio is not terrible. So I don't even have to like yell. Wait. Okay, I don't think he's okay. Why is he crying, honey? Okay, sorry. Sorry, guys. It's like even when I'm not on mom duty, I take up mom duty because, well, I'm a mama and I'm an OCD controlling mama. Yeah, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna like mix it right on the nail because I'm a weirdo. But I want to see it, like I want to show you, like you can start with this white and then just kind of mix it right there on the nail, and it gives it kind of a cool dimension and a texture, and just kind of go crazy with it. It doesn't have to be perfection. It just has to be wild. Like this is just like a wildflower. Yeah, I'm now calling it Tiffany's Easter wildflower. But yeah, I like this 3D gel because I don't know if you can even see that, but it just gives it like not just the color, gives it a little extra depth, which you do lose, unfortunately, quite a bit when you go in with your top coats. But what's so nice about those, if you're only using gel paints, right? If you're only using the gel paints, including the embossing paints, you don't need top coat. It is a non-white finish. It will go over top coat too, and then you don't need top coat. So I could keep my matte background and have my pretty glossy flower and not even have to be concerned about it. So I'm like, okay, I think that looks kind of good there. And then we could actually go in here and just try to like maybe ombre out this a little bit. So it's a little less harsh in some spaces, and some spaces a little more harsh. And just, yeah, just faff around with it. You know what I mean? But like it turned something that looked like a big giant blob of icky into a pretty, I think, pretty decent blue flower. I mean, it's not perfect in no way, shape, or form, But that's kind of the idea, right? Like flowers are never actually quote unquote perfect. They are all unique like snowflakes. Oh, hey, Bonbon. Oh, I've got my baby girl. Oh, yay. I didn't even know my baby girl was hanging out with us this whole time. Aw. Sorry. For those of you who don't know, Bonbon is my ESA for baby kitties for a very long time now, well over a decade. And she will definitely be my ESA and here for me for at least another decade more. Yeah. I would say her lifeline is tied to mine. She is not allowed to go anywhere without me. Um, yeah, no, she was my firstborn, so yeah, y'all know anybody who's had any children of any species knows your firstborns are your babies no matter what. Even if she's not actually a baby anymore, she'll always be a baby to me. All right, so yeah, you can just do like that. Yeah, pansies. Like how oh, I was gonna make a mean joke. I was gonna say like yeah, like my husband, a pansy. Do people still use that term though, babe? Like pansies? Oh, yeah, I think he understood the assignment there. He just like tried to yell at me, but I can't tell. Um, uh, if anything, I'm the pansy. I'm a pretty little or a little posy, pocket full of posies. All right, I got a pocket full of sunshine. All right. Oh, by the way, I was trying to show I think you guys in the group. This is so cool. I like this one. This is the other one that comes with this flat one that I've been using for curing. But like, look how freaking fun that is. So like, I put them on here, and then it fits perfectly into my other lamp. But then because it has the reflective bottom, it gives a reflective bottom to the lamp that does not. So it has been ridiculously helpful in that aspect. All right, let's add some freaking fun yellow to this little not orchid, but I mean it is really similar to a Hawaiian orchid. So I was not too far off, at least. Woohoo. And then we're gonna go and move on to the blooming gel, and then we can have some fun with our watercolors after, because I mean, why not? Let's see. So we're coming about the hour. I would like to try, if possible, for once, to actually keep this down to about an hour and a half. Let's see if I can do it. Let's see if I can be up to the challenge. This is my striping brush. I use my liners a lot, but when it comes to I don't know, comes to details that just aren't specifically really thin lines, it is just a lot easier to freaking use basically a small round, which is what the striping brush is. It's what the detailer brushes are. They're just small rounds, at least from the art world's terminology. Which I mean, nail art isn't art, but I mean, I should say like the fine art world or whatever. But anyway, sorry guys. Oh, I'm curious to see my weird ass face with that reflection there. Okay, let's see here. I was kind of thinking we're gonna go like this. I should probably make sure this is fully cured before I go in here, because in case we screw this up, we do not want this to happen. Now, normally I would have said would have been a good idea is to go in with another layer of matte top coat and then hit it again with maybe a darker layer of purple over it, and then it would really give it like that dimension. However, especially because this one I was trying to go for like an orchid, it does not have that many layers of petals like a lot of the other flowers have, so I really wouldn't be too concerned about it. This one is not fully cured, unfortunately. Ugh, despite the 3 hours trying. So let me this is the one time I find a use for my flashy kitty lamp. Like the only one that seems to work when all else fails is this darn flashy kitty lamp. Who'd have thunk it? It just gets so hot. I don't like to use it. I don't know if anybody else has this problem, but this lamp gets so hot after just like 60 seconds that I can't set it down on my silicone. Like I'm too like worried that I'm gonna end up knocking it into something and like starting like a small, I don't know, a small fire over or something. It gets that hot. I don't know. I know it's ridiculous, but it gets hot fast. But it does really help, especially now that like for some reason it seems like every other lamp I've ever owned is all starting to fail me very quickly. Basically, if I was to accidentally have set it down on this plastic bag over there, it would melt it for sure. But yeah, see, I think that turned out pretty. Now we're gonna just try and be really brave and add in some yellow, which, to be quite honest, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do properly. I think that instead of like a stamen, right? Like they have more like have like a petal and then like the things in the center. Where's my freaking reference? Sorry guys. I would like to try to at least get one semi-accurate flower besides a rose, because well, even the rose I'm gonna use blooming gel, so it's not gonna be accurate, but it'll still be pretty. Let me see. Where's my white orchids again? Let me see. What's the yellow in there? See, yeah, no, see, yeah, I could have made a plumeria. That would probably been a lot easier. But I hate doing things that are just easy because what is the fun in that? Just saying. Oh, great, yeah. And my kid has been crying every 5 seconds. Sorry, guys. I just don't know why. Okay, so they don't really have that thing in the center, do they? They do not. Those are more like daffodils, or apparently this one singular version of an orchid that I've never seen before, but it looks really cool. I'm so sorry, guys. I wish I could just screen share these reference photos. But it's a lot of techie stuff that by myself is not ideal. Huh. I have this picture I'm trying to think of in my mind for this, but it's just not working in my freaking, like, my brain to my hand. I'm so sorry, guys. I hate dead space on flats. I really do. If anybody has any questions or wants to say anything or is curious about anything at all that it's related to nails at all, please feel free to ask so that while I have my dead space, I can answer. But I think we're going to actually do this instead of this. Okay, let's go like this and add in our yellow this way. Let's like some dots and dashes. And then just drag this closer to the center. Okay, I don't know. Again, I might like this off. This may not be what I was going for here. I feel like it is, but I'm not quite sure. I will say another thing I love about gel paints. Well, I mean, you can do with polishes too, but even the gel paints, they mix so well that you can get the what I have like the 8 basic colors, whatever from Madame Glam, right? But they mix so beautifully that I can make any color. Not that I do as often as I wish I would, but I can, and that's what's so freaking cool is that let me try and clear this out a little bit. Maybe just put in some orange. Let's see. I don't know if there really is that much orange. Hey, Mikey, what is that? What is that sound? It's like really loud banging. No, it's okay. Yeah, I don't think I was supposed to really put orange in here, so I'm like, let's try and mix this on and see. For me, it's more like I test something or try something, play with it, and then end up wiping off what I end up not liking. But yeah, I think the yellow alone would have been better, and then maybe a dark purple in the center around it. But let's just use this as a base so it gives it kind of a pop, maybe. Because even if the undercolor isn't the right color, putting something brighter underneath it will allow the color on top to really shine through even brighter. So that's another really good use for like the white 3D gels and stuff. It gives you that 3 dimension in white, but it will allow you to put whatever you want over it, including what's fun is using a jelly over it, especially if you have like a black background, and then you put in your whites with the 3 dimensional like gels, and then you just go over the whole nail with a really transparent jelly color, and it just colors all the white parts but leaves the black as is. It's a really fun way to get some like really pretty color, and have that dimension and not have to go through so many different steps, as in my opinion at least. But see, so I'm just gonna fade some of this out, and then I don't know if that even resembles anything pretty, if I just made it worse. I don't know sometimes, you know. Don't think you can possibly know all the time. If anything, I feel like it lost a lot of its depth just now, so let's just erase a little bit there. I think it's that center that's a problem for me. I don't know. I know it's there temporarily, but it's bothering me. Okay. I'm gonna end up faffing with that a little too much, but let's just see. And then I can like transfer some of that yellow over here. Still on my brush. Just give it a little bit of like a essence of it being there kind of thing, right? Like that's actually really pretty. The yellow into purple. I don't know if you guys can see that. I think the yellow into purple is pretty. It's prettier than my other one, at least. All right, we're gonna go back in after that with this. All right, putting this aside because I'm just not doing my best work on it. Anyways, I will say though, if you're gonna be layering up a lot of layers, using polishes is actually way easier because you can see how like light the first layer would go down on that one, but like when you go back in with your brush and you're just doing some quick petal layers, like you can get some really, really cool looking dimension. Another trick, hey, how are you, sweetheart? Hey, Crystal. Another cool trick to get a lot of dimension with your flowers is to actually matte top coat in between the layers. Just like you kind of would with a marble, like you're looking for like a quartz looking one, you matte top coat in between, and that will actually give you more, what's the word? Yeah, more dimension. It will give you more of that 3D look and like that iridescence of that lighter like under it, if that makes sense. I don't think it does, but let's see. Let me try and just show you on this ugly blue one since I'm not happy with the way it's turning out. Oh, hey, Jazz. Hey. Oh, hey. Yay, we got like the whole gang's out here. Yay. Sorry. Should say the whole nail fam. I know that gang. It's funny. Some people can get away with saying it. I don't know if I can. Did I just okay, I did matte. I was like, oh my gosh, did I just regular top coat? No, I matte top coated. Okay. But as you can see, like, yeah, see how it's not curing like that well, even though I put it in 3 different freaking lamps, because maybe it's the electric company. Maybe they just like lowered our outage or our output. I don't even know, but I would not be surprised. It kind of looks cool though, smeared. Okay. Oh yeah, no, yes, definitely. It was nice of you to pop in though, sweetheart. Like, thank you for coming by. I appreciate it a lot. I always appreciate you guys even just popping in and saying hi. And then there's our purple. And then, okay, let's do our chrome one really quick, and then we'll do our watercolor after. No, let me tell them our watercolor, and then we'll faff about after. No more faffing for now. So we've got the chrome on here, which is kind of hard to see for now, or the top coat, I should say. My top coat. Mikey, can you grab my my headphones, please? I need to swap my headphones real quick. So I guess okay. And then let's see which chromes. I have a very beautiful little collection of chromes going, but I'm thinking that we can either go with something like these. So okay, thank you. Goodbye. Thank you. Okay. Um. All right. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Okay. I hope that didn't screw up my mic. Yeah, hi, Bubba. Okay, so I think we can either do colors or these. We could have done pigments, but because I used a no whip top coat, it doesn't like to really stick to that. You would want to use a base coat and or a what's it called, matte top coat for that. However, that doesn't mean that we could technically color the entire background with a pigment color and then go in with chrome on the no wipe top coat, which would be kind of cool. I'm not saying we should do it now because obviously time restrictions and all, but that would be a really cool idea if you wanted to. You could literally ombre out your black background with pigments, and then it would not touch the no wipe top coat that we put on. That you could then put your chrome colors on. I'm thinking we should just it's spring. Let's just do some color. Obviously, these aren't going to be like super bright. They're not pigments or chromes, but why not? And then I can show you guys my new little chrome dual-ended brush things that I got, which I think are really, really fun. Hold on, let me see. Although like half of them came hard as rock. It was really bizarre, but okay, one second. Sorry. I really thought I had organized this room so that everything was like easily reachable. Really not all. But yeah, no, thank you for stopping in, Crystal. It's always a pleasure to be graced with your presence here. Because if anybody doesn't know, Blue Rose Nails is incredible. Definitely check out her channel, sub, and then join her nail group, VR Nail Talk, because that is how I found my nail family and the beautiful people in this room right now with me that are the most incredible, supportive, and just inspirational people I know. And I'm so grateful for Crystal and for the group. So just a little shout out there. This would not all be quite possible without her. And I mean that with the deepest sincerity of my heart. I just sound absolutely ridiculous because I'm trying to not let a child reference me. I'm just kidding. I don't even think he's in the room. I just always feel like he's behind me for some reason. Don't mind me. Like, he likes to sneak up behind my chair and then just shove me randomly. Yeah, I promise he's a nice kid normally. Okay, what colors? Let's go with let's just move on. I just made my kid sound like a little double child. All right. Come on, focus, focus. I'm talking to my camera and myself all at the same time. Focus. Okay, there we go. Sorry, guys. My ADHD and anxiety been kind of off the wall. For those of you guys who don't know, this is probably gonna be the last live for a little bit. Just for a little bit. I have to take a little bit of a break for the next month just for the lives at least, because I'll be fortunately packing everything up to move. Um, but then after that, we'll be back to hopefully in even more regular schedule. But yeah, that's why this one I wanted it to be as fun and just chill as possible. So yeah, you can tell too when the chrome is going on the way it is, like that there versus that. This was not even fully cured in its clear coat, which is really, really, really annoying considering how many freaking lamps I've been using. Sorry, I just. All right, hold on. Sorry, guys. Okay, what's cool about these ones though, these brushes, just a side note, is it's got the little crabby ass brush on the end, but it really is very helpful for just like cleaning up all the excess chrome instead of having to grab a whole secondary brush. And that way too, you don't have to wonder if your brush still has chrome from another prior nail on it. But yeah, you can see how that did that. That means that your why is it not focusing? Oh, sorry, don't mind me. It means it's not cured. So that's not good. We're gonna just use this guy again because apparently it's just gonna keep being mean to me. I don't want to fully cure anything anymore. I literally have the Elio that I just got 3 months ago that I'm really, really not happy about it being dying already. I've tried all the different outlets and stuff too. I've done all their troubleshooting and they're making it less than ideal to get the warranty replacement on it. But maybe instead of having to make their own video for them, I'll just send them this whole live and make them watch it and be like, haha, now you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so I'm using that one, my old one that is still running strong after how many years, but not as strong as it should be. Unfortunately, it also seemed to go out at the same time. And then my little collie lamp that actually works the best out of all three. Go figure. But otherwise, yeah, I am using my little kitty lamp, which I'm really proud at least that the scoops were good for something, you know? Woohoo! The scoop that I was not super pleased about, which, oh yeah, that unboxing video is coming out soon too, but it is just a little late. I apologize, guys. But it is coming out. It's really fun. I wasn't sure how to release it. That's why with it being like kind of random, just like different unboxings and stuff. But I will say I am pretty excited about it because it just, with my kid, the way that he gets so excited about opening up like nail mail with me is just so freaking adorable. I have to share that footage. I just have to. It's just too good. Just too good. he's just he's just the best, cutest kid ever. Like he gets so excited about all of this stuff, like the lives and being on camera and saying hi to everybody, and then just like even showing products to the camera and stuff. Like it's just he's the cutest kid in the whole world. I mean, I'm sorry. I know everybody else's kids out there. They're all very cute too, but I got a pretty dang cute kid. I'm pretty excited about it. And yes, I'm biased, but I also am not really because I wasn't one that actually wanted boys because I grew up with all girls. I didn't know what to do with boy. So I will say that at the risk of being publicly shamed by other moms, but that's why I'm just he's just wonderful. I'm really really grateful for him. But that's why that footage has to be seen. It has to see the date of light. The date of light. I can't speak today either. Day of light. I tried to go in with like a blue. That did not work out in my favor at all. I'm like, no, let's try maybe a lighter color here. Oh, that's pretty. See, this mat though is not protecting the flowers. This just looks like a freaking firework of mess. I love you so much. That's awesome. So and I think it's the best thing too is when a mom can like actually straight up be like, nope, nope, my kid, nope, not cute. You know what I mean? Like I would say that. Like if mine was not, I would be that mom that would be like, I'm sorry, no, my kid's not cute. Like stop. You know what I mean? Like don't lie to me. But he's really, really cute. I'm sorry, he really is. Oh, especially now that he says like I love you too and like please and thank you. Like, oh, he's got such good manners. I'm just gonna rub this in already. This is just even this is not working out as good as it should have. But I do have a feeling it has to do a lot with the curing process. But it's kind of cool. We got like an odd side effect out of it. I'm gonna stop faffing and just leave it. But you get the gist. I honestly think that this would be better done first with a matte over glossy to use a pigment powder that would be very, very bright. And actually, I used a lot of pigment powders on the other nails. It's one of my favorite. I love pigment powders. I will use pigment powders for freaking everything if I can. Let's just put it that way. I love them. And then you could even do the glossy after to get like a little bit of a chrome over it. But this to me is just not anything worth writing home about at all. So we're gonna put that aside and just leave that for now and move it the heck on. I am trying to figure out what the hell I'm going to do with this one too. Sorry, I want to make this look better. I'm not super happy with it, but I cannot figure out what exactly to do with it. I'm thinking maybe some bluish purples in the bottom here, or like this reddish purple maybe. Yeah, okay. I have a nice like burgundy color I'm going to play with for a second here and see if I can make this just look a little bit prettier. And then if anybody has any suggestions I would like to see on this particular one, let's just do this. Yeah, I'm technically just like covering it, I know, but hoping that I'm not covering it too much and that it will actually just work out in my favor. Okay, because that color is just way too pretty, and I'm just not a huge super freak fan about this. I'm gonna try and not cover up this little puddle in the front here though, and then let's just see what I can do here and there. Okay. Sometimes it's best to just kind of go in and let, yeah, right. I do, and see that's the thing. I love the glossy black on the matte. I particularly love it for I wish I had it out, but I had put away all of my past nails. When you take like the ombre brush and you just go across like the side, like on here, you go across the side, and then you put in like a beautiful gold or a rose gold chrome on it. I think that is the most gorgeous freaking black nail ever. But this, because it's just not showing up, I don't know. I would have to put probably like white under it first, maybe. That'd probably be better because I'm trying to use a colored chrome instead of a like a metallic chrome. That probably would have been smarter to put white under the top coat. Or well, because it's a no wipe, I could have literally put white and then chromed it. Which, ooh, is a good idea though. We can totally do that to spice up any of our other ones because they're all gel paints with no wipe. So you can throw chrome powders on these too without having to top coat them after. I just got freaking chrome powder up my nose because I had to wipe my face. Oh my goodness, sorry. That did not need to be shared with the general public, but hopefully you guys can all get a giggle with me. All right. We're just gonna just go in. I sometimes find for me, maybe just because I'm, I don't know, an oddball in many ways, that if I just kind of go in and play with it and not think too much about it, I end up with prettier results most of the time. But just vary. And then when you go towards the center, you kind of just want like more lines usually. Not, I mean, there are some that do like a perfect like taper. I personally think most of the flowers that I see are prettier with like an uneven like middle, if that makes sense. All right, see that looks like, yeah, like what I'm used to locally speaking. It's pretty. Um, yeah, and let's add in just a little bit down here so that it actually looks a little more cohesive. Yeah, that made it worse. Okay, and then we got some like pretty like Hawaiian orchids. All right, it is not picking up well on the camera too, so yeah, I'm kind of upset about it. But I really didn't want to. Okay, I'll be honest. I was super bad. I didn't want to spend the freaking $50 on the StreamYard thing. It's twice the price just to get it in HD versus 1080p. Hi, buddy. Hi. Hi, sweet boy. All right, let me see. Let's try and play with something really quick on this one, and then we're going to finally move back on because it's taking me way too long, and I apologize for that. We're going to make this really ugly. Hi, buddy. Hi. Okay. Yeah, hi. Okay, where's your daddy? I love you so much, but I don't know why your daddy is not capable of just continuing to actually watch you. Because I just need a little bit here. And as much as I love this kid, I get a little antsy. Okay, I'm actually gonna use this one. Sorry, I can never pick which brush. But I'm trying to reshape this one. That's why. So it's just I accidentally like left something in it and it started curling up super bad. I know I could put it in hot water and all that to like make it straighten it back out. Yeah, if you ever have a artificial haired brush and it gets all not straight anymore, just dip it in some like near boiling hot water for like, I don't know, 10 to 30 seconds or so, and then pull it straight out and it should re-straighten your hairs really nicely. I just have not gotten to that point yet, so that's why I've got little like wonky crooked brushes. Let's see. Okay, let's just get this done. Let's make this look cool. What can we add to this flower and make this look cool? Yay. Okay, I'm gonna do something odd. I think I'm gonna add green onto the actual flower itself. I don't know. That's right. We're just playing now. All right. Let's see. Let's just do. so, but I'm gonna blot it on and then like clean it out. So basically, same like a watercolor or alcohol ink technique. This, yeah, that was probably a bad move. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm probably just gonna have to move on. I keep trying to fix things that don't go well for too long, and then I realize like just stop it. But see, if you go and you kind of smear it out a bit, it actually ends up looking kind of pretty. I'm just saying, especially because we matted it, that it will look really cool. But actually, because we matted it, we should go in with pigment. That's what we should have done. But I rely very heavily on pigment nowadays because it's just so easy. It's way too easy. So I'm trying to do it a little less. But yeah, I'm telling you, pigment palettes are my best friend some days. All right, cool. Like, now we've got like some weird like 70s flower instead of an Easter flower, but that's okay. Just sparkles. Yeah, okay, sparkles. I can do that. Yeah, I wanted to try and cat eye flower, but that like it's so hard to get the cat eye effect to show up on anything. Whatchamacallit. Let's see. All right, yeah, let's add some sparkly one to that one. But first things first, let's get our blooming rose done really quick. And then here's our orchid. I know it's kind of hard to tell. It's not the traditional orchids. It is a Hawaiian orchid at least, but it actually turned out a little better than I had initially expected it to, at least. So I'm okay with that. We're gonna leave that. That's fine. Just like we're gonna leave that one. That's fine. Just add it to our flower pile over here. Of course, obviously you'd want to top coat them. I'm going to just not right now for the sake of time. And then let's see, what sparklies. I have a lot of really fun sparklies now. Like, I have a lot of really fun ones. Which one to use? Why do I keep dropping things? Sorry. Okay. Don't mind me yelling at myself. It happens often. All right. I have a lot of really fun sparklies. I'm thinking we should. Oh, this one's my favorite. Okay. So I use this one. This one I think is the one I'm going to use on this one, but it might not work out well. We'll see. Actually, yeah, that's not going to work for that one. Dang it. All right. Oh, we'll put this one on our rose after. Okay. It's one of my favorite colors. That's why. And this is the Beautiful Chaos. And it is like, it's almost like a chrome, but in liquid form. But it like is just so freaking gorgeous. That's how I made the ombre of this one before I topped and pigmented it. But we'll use that on our Blooming Del Rose, which we're going to do right now on this guy. Okay. Let's just do that before anything else. And then, wait, circles for first? Okay. Let's see. What color do we do? We did it green. What if we tried green? I have blue sparkles, but not as sparkles. Okay, why don't we do this? We're gonna take this one and we're gonna do some sparkly flower dust. This is a hollow glow stick, kind of like candy cane, but I have no idea how it's gonna look on here actually. This is not what I thought it was. No, I don't have this one. No, come on. This one, no. Not what I thought it was. Wow, the freaking top came off this one. Okay. I'm thinking I might put this one around the flower so it's like leaves, and then we're going to use Under Pressure, which is just a very, very, very sparkly one that's got a little bit of blue. And let's just sparkle this image out. Let's do it. We're going to just put a ton on here. Just a bunch right towards the center, and then I'm going to just pull some of it out. And while it's not super obvious to see, hopefully, once we gloss it, especially when we glitter the outside, it'll look really good, I hope. Let's see. I'm going to show you what I was talking about, though, with that other brush that's not an ombre brush, but it would make a really good ombre brush, and it's this guy. I definitely lost, like, everybody already. That's fine. That's okay. This is just a fun live, just mostly for me, because it's the last one I'll have for a little while. And I love lives hanging out with you guys. I really do. All right, see, so we're gonna add a little bit of sparklies, and then we can always go in with more. But I do think that that's a really good idea. Thank you, Stacey, because that actually just kind of seems to bring this one to life. It's almost like a fairy flower. I really wish that you could see it better. but we just kind of pulled it out a bit. And then I'm going to try and do something really, really interesting after. And we're going to hope that it works. We'll see. But let's just get a blooming rose in really quick, and then we'll do some quick watercolor while we wait for that. Okay. Sorry, I'm like just making a mess and leaving it. Sometimes when I get in the zone, I just end up leaving the mess. Okay, so blooming roses. It's something you've probably seen done before, and it's a fairly simple technique. You can use base coat, you can use blooming gel. I should have a chemo-free blooming gel somewhere. Where the heck is it though? Okay, sorry. Of course, it's hidden behind my giant pile of freaking tips because I didn't finish putting them away yet. Sorry, guys. Oh my goodness. Like, I literally have 40 boxes of tips over here that I need to sort into my now empty bookcases that I did not yet. So it is hiding. But okay, blooming gel. You can use base coat, and it works almost just as good. Sometimes better. We're gonna go like this. Put our nice layer of base coat. Not too thick, not too thin. Just a nice layer. We don't want it to bleed too heavily, especially in the beginning. Because I like it. Okay, hey buddy, what's up? Why are you screaming? What's up? Sorry guys, yeah, definitely like a kid day. Which is fine, right? I mean, kids keep life interesting. Yeah, anyways, okay. Now I'm gonna grab we're gonna do this with a liner, little baby liner. So this one anyone can do. Blooming gel base coat and a little baby liner brush. And we're gonna just grab some red. I'm gonna start with a deeper red in the center, and we're gonna lighten our way out. And we're gonna just do, should we do one big one? Yeah, I'll show one big one, why not? That way we can do more petals, hopefully. Let's see. So we're gonna go, and then roses are really simple when you're doing a top view. You just do a little middle, a little C shape in the middle. I usually go a little thicker because the middle one's usually kind of really tightly wound, right? And then you're gonna just keep going out in like a circular C-shaped patterns generally, where it kind of gets thick to thin. Thick to thin. And then overlap. So when you're doing a top view rose, you want to do like an overlap or underlap either way, as long as you have a space, and then you go and you go thick to thin again. Sorry, this is a mess. I probably put a little too much blooming gel on this one, so it's going to be very blooming. And then because we just did that, we're going to want to make sure we kind of bring these together. So you don't really want one endpoint to be near or right next to another endpoint. You want them to overlap each other. Let's see like how it's already blooming. That's why you kind of want to start with a dark color too, so we'll usually get lighter. But ideally, hopefully that middle will stay dark, otherwise we can go back over it, but still. This is probably one of the easiest ways to get a really, really pretty flower. And then again, same thing. So kind of go start under the last one and then just go out and you can start thin and go to thick, or start thick and go to thin, depending if you're going under or over the last petal, if that makes sense. So because I went under that one, I'm going to try and stay thin and then go thick because we're getting further out. And then you can actually start to vary your petals as you get out. So as the flower starts to open up, right, it starts to have like, you know, the fold over. So to give it that look, here, I'm going to mix some lighter red now with my darker red. So we want it to get a little lighter as we get towards the outside here. So there's more light shining on it. You want to kind of imagine how like a light would hit it, right? So we're going to start getting a little lighter. We're going to go underneath the thin part here, stay thin, and then go thick all the way out, and then we can color it in. Bubba, what's up, buddy? Where's your father? Is he right there? Because I don't see him. Can you guys go into the bedroom maybe? Put on something on put on his race cars or something. He loves his race cars. I'm almost done, guys. I'm already hitting the 2 hour mark, so obviously nobody's gonna want to be watching this long. But I want to at least get to this and then the watercolor one. But watercolor is hopefully a lot easier for me, but it is the first time. See, and I already screwed that up, but because I put blooming gel on, I don't really want to screw with it. But you want to sometimes vary out the petals here so it looks like they're flipped over a bit, if that makes sense. And then it's okay if you mess them up, you're not going to really notice. As long as you just, and then you can go back in, add some more to anything that went a little too much. or it's a little too sparse or not blooming as much as you want. Like that. Some lighter colors in there like this. Okay. And then make sure that we kind of bring this back though into like a thinner edge here so that we can come back in now again. Sorry, I'm kind of mixing on demand here. This is just not mixed. But yeah, so then we're just gonna do the same thing. You could actually switch to a thicker, like the striping brush kind of thing, if you wanted more control over how thick these petals end up being. But the idea is that you basically just don't want one to end where the last one is opening. So you see how like there's an opening here and here. You want the petals around it to go past it, and then you will be fine. You want to start thick and thin, and then as you get further out, you want to get wider. You always go back in too and just touch up, make a little bit more like that. And see as it spreads, it's just gonna look prettier and prettier. Should have started with this one. This one I feel like would have caught a lot more attention with time, but yeah, here we go. And then we're gonna go, yeah, hi Bubba. Okay, and then we're gonna keep going. And then we can start to get really, really wide. Like imagine the petals just like folding over, and then you can actually go in with some darker ones for your shadows. I've been really like dying to use my reality check, that like translucent black that's like super translucent. I've been like dying to use it as a shadow color for so long. So I might actually go in later with that on this one. I'm not gonna waste everybody's time with it. But if anybody ever wants to see how I would do more hyperrealism art and see, like, you know what I mean, how I would put in my highlights and shadows and things on certain three-dimensional things, let me know. I would be happy to add that to the queue. But yeah, we're gonna just fill this one. This one kind of seems a little sparse in there. There we go. And then just kind of use this mistake to our advantage here. And just thicken these up. There's just a little too much white space. You want to leave a lot of white space, yes, but sometimes there's just a little too much, in my opinion, where it just looks off and messy and not like a good messy. But yeah, see, so as it blooms, and obviously the longer it takes me to do this, the more it's gonna bloom. Hi, Bubba. Hi, how are you, sweet boy? Okay. Yeah, well, you like it? Do you like it? Yeah, is it pretty? Is it pretty, pretty, pretty? You like it? Oh, and I just got all the blooming gel over me. Dang it. How do I? I'm sorry, I got freaking fumble fingers. I know I do. Okay, let me see if I can touch this up really quick. I'm going to give myself only another 15 minutes, hopefully, to get this and the last one done. Because my goal is to never keep anyone for more than 2 hours and try to keep the dead space, well, the, what is it, dead airspace, whatever, as minimal as possible. Obviously, today with my constant dropping of things and technical that hasn't happened, but I appreciate you guys for sticking it out. You guys are sweethearts, and I apologize again too for the screaming in the background. I'm not quite sure what that's about, but it's okay. That is why my husband is home today, to take care of those things. So yeah, then you just keep going as far as you want, as big as you want. I personally feel like if you're gonna do one, you can either go all the way out or you can leave space for some like nice dark red, not red, nice dark green leaves. Where's my words today? Put them back in my mouth, huh? Or no, they're back in my mouth. That would mean I wasn't speaking them. But then my tongue back in my mouth, I guess, because it's like blah. I now officially just sound like an absolute wackadoodle person, but that's who I am. So welcome to the channel, guys. All right, so then you can actually use the blooming gel too to your advantage if it's not moving like you'd like, or let's say you want to move this part a little faster because the other parts are already spreading out so much, etc., etc. You can just kind of go in and faff about with it. It's like my favorite word in the world, faffing, because I faff a lot. I really do. Sometimes it's for the best, sometimes it's not. But see, I kind of like this like look of it being top bottom heavy, so it's kind of like at the angle almost. And then you know what I mean, you could put your greenery all around it. So yep. So I think that that's actually pretty dang good, right? Like that. We're gonna want to cure it before it blooms out any further against our wishes there. And then we can always go back in if we need to make things darker, make things lighter, add highlights and the lights. That's what, so I really do love that about this versus watercolor, is that you have the opportunity to to add highlights again after the fact. It's really hard to do with strictly watercolor. Obviously, if you're using whitewash or whatever, or even like the watercolor magic erasers, you have more of an opportunity to fix that. But generally, you got to leave your whites white or you are just not going to get anywhere. Sorry, I just cleaned my brushes in between really quick. I used my, in case anybody hasn't watched my stuff before, I have my acetone and isopropyl alcohol mix. Do anywhere from 1/4 to 3/4 or 2/3 to 1/3 mix. Basically 1/4 100% acetone, 3/4 91% rubbing alcohol, and it doesn't harm my brushes at all. But it is absolutely excellent for inhibition layers, nail cleaning, touching up, blah 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 blah, all that stuff. Okay, so here's our blue. Almost looks like a butterfly flower now, but yeah, you can basically do whatever the hell you want with it. I mean, flowers are one of those things that you can do pretty much anything to, and it's still gonna look like a flower usually. And I don't know, for those of you who haven't heard my pumpkin flower story when I was younger, I think that's why I get really nervous with flowers sometimes. My general goal in life, because of my lovely mother, is to just not make it look like a flower or make it look like a pumpkin. As long as my flower doesn't look like a pumpkin, we're good. All right, I'm gonna just do this really quick because I just feel like this needs like some center definition. And then we're gonna do something kind of interesting. I don't know if it's gonna work, but since I have a second while I like massively overcure my rose, or hopefully I say overcure, I mean just cure. But still, okay, there we go. And let's just do some like little dotting things. I would, yeah, that's not really dotting, but whatever. It looks like crap, but that's okay. I am not gonna hear because what I'm gonna do next to it, hopefully, will just be way too fun to even give a crap. I don't know. I feel like that made it worse. Sometimes faffing is not a good thing. Let that be a lesson. You know, you don't always need to faff. You don't always need to keep screwing with it. Sometimes you just make it worse. But let's see. Let's just go in and just Sometimes though, it makes it kind of cool looking. It turns it into like a little tealy, aqua-y, whatever color nonsense thing. And then you just use that to paint it. And then that with the sparkles, I think is super, super pretty. But where I'm gonna really shine my sparkles is I'm gonna attempt to do this and see how this goes, though I have no idea. Wish me luck. We're gonna try and do this really, really, yeah. Your your orchids are a fail? Yeah, my orchids were a fail. I'm sure your orchids are a lot better. My orchids, are not even the orchids I think most people are used to. So if you ever feel like yours is a fail, just remember mine and know that yours are probably absolutely gorgeous. But that we all always think ours are a fail. I don't know. I feel like almost a majority of everything I make, I always kind of just assume as a fail. So really, I highly doubt they're nearly as failureable or fail. They're not a fail. Okay, I promise you. I haven't even seen them, but when I do, I'm sure I can guarantee you. And you know, I'll tell you the truth though. I will. I'll always tell you the truth. So if there is something I think that you could do differently next time, I'll let you know. But I'm almost positive that it's not. I am sorry. I don't know why I had the meltdown all of a sudden. Apparently, Bubba is very upset that you think that your orchids are a fail. Just saying. He's trying to tell you they are not. They are not a fail. Just kidding. But oh, cool. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. No. Hey, but I think that's super freaking awesome that you actually took the time to do it while we're live, Stacey. Like you're awesome for doing that. And yeah, this definitely looks more like a fairy butterfly than anything else. But I just wanted you said sparkle, so I'm like I just want to try this really quick, and then I'm gonna take the last 7 minutes to just very very briefly try and test watercolor on this. But I wanted to see what this would look like if I did this. If I put this like green sparkle around it instead, like kind of like a white space test, but not. This would have been way prettier though for like leaves, but I don't know. I might end up removing some and just making this more into like sparkly leaves. But I wanted to see what it would look like if I did this and then added some like to in between. Kind of did some like flower separation here. What's going on, Michael? What? Sorry guys, yeah, I definitely have to be hopping off here in a second anyways, but I just wanted to add the few little bits here if I can. And I really, really, really want to test this before I have to pack it all up again to move. That's why the watercolor, I should have done it first, but I also wanted to get myself into the mode of flower making here. And then I'm going to hop off though because, yeah, it's about to have a meltdown apparently, and I don't know. Seems like my husband's gonna have one too. I don't know. And then I don't know. I was thinking about like trying to make this into like some kind of like leaf pattern. Hey, hey, hey. What happened to the, maybe just going into the bedroom, guys? Like you, like why I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just sometimes like this. That's kind of cool though. Like this kind of like almost it reminds me of like, the leaves that are on vines that like just kind of hang down. Like that's what this now just reminds me of. I think it's kind of pretty. It's really hard to see. This is like terrible resolution. It makes me wonder why I paid for StreamYard at all, honestly. But all right, that's all I'm gonna do with that one. That's as good as that one's gonna get. So obviously I didn't really prove the whole ability to make an ugly flower really pretty, but at a certain stage it was not bad. I just had to go and keep messing with it, so that was my own fault. All right, and then here is our gorgeous. This one's the prettiest one of them all. This was, of course, the easiest. Sometimes I feel like that always happens to me. The easiest ones are the ones that turn out prettiest. No, yeah, no. Weeping willow is a tree, as far as I know. It may be different in the UK. I had a weeping willow tree when I was very little on the mainland, and I used to swing from it. And oh, that brings back like the best childhood memories ever. But no, that's not. There's like like I don't know. Poison ivy, I guess like would be like the closest thing I could think of. Like not actual poison ivy, but like poison ivy from like Batman. um, her outfit, like the green vein, like the viney, flowery outfit. Michael, leave them be. Walk away then. Just go stand over there, please. And that way, if you need something, does he have a drink? Sorry, guys. Sorry. Okay. I want to try and do this in like 4 minutes now somehow, but we're gonna just do this. Okay. Um, because I swore I was going to actually freaking get this done, and obviously, I'm now dealing with a meltdown that apparently my husband can't handle. Don't know why. It's called bring him in there, get him something to drink, get him something to eat. Or oh my god, really? Because you took a step stool? That's why? Are you serious right now? Okay. I'm not going to get extraordinarily angry on live right now, but I am not happy at all. Why in the world? Why? Michael, don't you dare ambush me right now. You're gonna tick me off. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, poison. Okay, you got that. Cool, cool, cool. Let's see. Okay, so plain canvas here. I don't know what the hell. Why not just take that into the bedroom and he can jump on the bed with it, Michael? Hmm? Please, 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 please go. Thank you so much. What color have we not done yet? Can you stop scream whispering at me, please? Thank you. Why are you doing that? Okay, people, give me a color. I need a color because I can't hear anything over my husband right now. Sorry. Give me a color. What did we not do yet? We did purple, we did blue, we did red, green, some yellow. We didn't really do orange. I guess we could do orange. Yeah, why not? All right. So, it's kind of hard to see because this is a giant palette, but I have a lot of different watercolors in here. If you guys want watercolor, you want, oh yeah, why don't, yeah, let's just do some kind of a yellowy orange. That's a good idea. Okay. If you guys want recommendations for watercolors on and off Amazon, let me know. I'm very finicky about my watercolor choices after many, many years of epic trial and fail. And honestly, paint though is a little less important generally than paper and brushes. But because obviously paper is not a factor here because we're doing nails, then brushes would be the most important for this. At least as far as I can tell. Obviously, we're going to find out because I haven't actually done this on a nail yet. I don't know, but we're going to find out. So from what I've seen, that's pretty simple. We're going to do, sorry, I totally went into the orange already, but we'll do yellow too. But okay, let's see. Not top coated white. And then we're going to try and do some like, what about, I don't know, like poppies, like tulips or something. Let's just do some like, I don't know. I don't even know if they have orange tulips, but we're just gonna go like this to start. Oh yeah, look how, see, there's a difference in your watercolors. You can tell how creamy and pigmented and just stunning they are. You know what I mean? And I'm just gonna put in just some random little like bits here, for now. And then, you know what I mean? And we're gonna just faff about for a little bit until we pop off here, you know. Because honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing. Sorry, that whole meltdown got me a little like, what the heck am I doing? Oh yeah, yeah. Why don't I actually just do some like actual like little poppies? There we go. Okay, so watercolor is really, really easy. Now, this is going on a lot better than I had expected. I cannot guarantee that it's going to do that with every watercolor brand out there. This is Schminky, Schmink. I call them I call the brand Schminkies. I know that's not how you pronounce it. I am purposefully mispronouncing it because I just think it's just too dang cute. I have a affinity for the cuteness of the little owl, and I just call it Schminkies. Um, I know that's not how it's pronounced. Okay, don't come at me. It's because it's just the most adorable freaking like name for a brand ever. Like little Schminkies, little Schminkies. I just imagine cute little furry animals when I think about like little Schminky Winkies or something. I don't know. Don't mind me. But your brushes, I always try. I know. I'm sorry, I'm not cruelty free, but Kolinsky Sable is the Kolinsky Sable brushes, the brush hair, is a byproduct used from the animal of the weasel. It's a breed of weasel, whatever. That is called sables. That I'm sorry, but they were already being used for their other aspects. So no, the animal was not killed for the brush. That's not how that works. However, it's almost in a sense wasteful to not use every part of what was already unfortunately being killed off for other aspects. You know what I mean? That would just be then wasting the hairs off of the weasel that unfortunately had already died for its other parts and pieces and uses, right? So while I am not condoning it ever to go and freaking hurt animals ever, it also seems like a sad waste of its beautiful life to not then at least use all of the byproducts that would otherwise be just wasted. And then then it's even more like, what the hell was the point? You know, it just then becomes even more pointless to me. So while I am not for harming animals, I also have to say I am grateful for the byproduct that is then created for Kolinsky Sable brushes. Acrylic artists know this. There is nothing that quite beats a true Kolinsky Sable brush. Watercolor artists should know this. There's a lot of really good artificials out there now. They've done a pretty good job. A lot of the ones I use are actually mixed ones, you know what I mean? Because it's cheaper, and a lot of them are pretty still good. They have their pros and cons. I won't get into all that unless you guys want like a full-on watercolor tutorial. That's fine. But so this one is it's just a pro art. This is a cheaper one, but it's one of the tinier ones that I had. Most of mine are a lot bigger because I was doing big art, not little art before that with my watercolors. So this is pretty much one of my smaller ones. But this does have some Kolinsky Sable hair in it. That is why it comes to this absolutely gorgeous point, but yet still holds so much paint in it. And let me just say, like, if you're going to use watercolor, the brushes are going to be one of the most important things for you, because obviously you don't have to worry so much about the actual what's the word? Paper, because it's not paper, right? You're using nail. I mean, you might want to worry about the matte top coat that you're using, but that's about it. I didn't grab a paper towel for this. Sorry, I'm taking forever around these guys. Oh my gosh. I talk too much sometimes. Which is kind of the point, right? Like, if you're not talking, you're not teaching. So I don't like tutorials that are just like music on time lapses. I think that they're not all that useful, but that's just my preference. All right, so what you can do now, you put your color on. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do what's called a like dropping in color, basically, or gosh, I feel like I've lost all of my brain cells already today. Sorry, guys. But we're gonna go in here and just drop in some yellow if we can at the base. I don't know. I probably shouldn't have the top, but I was planning on just like flickering those out. But generally, you want to go work from light to dark with watercolor too. It's almost like I forgot everything I've ever known. Forgive me, guys. I'll have to do like a whole video on watercolor for this because I'm guessing, because I'm using the yellow, I would probably not go back in and re-wet the orange to do so, because you will lose that color. So you can, but see what's cool about watercolor, you can just drop it in and like almost like inks, it'll just melt in. But you have to really watch water control on these, because it will in fact create harsh lines just like it would on paper, which I just noticed. But it's really fun. You can make a lot of really cool like watercolor washes and easy ombres and stuff with apparently like pretty decent freaking color saturation, which I'm surprised. I didn't expect this to actually turn out as saturated on the snail as normally would, you know what I mean? And then you can take your water and just pull it out. So even when it's dry, it re-wets really, really well on the nails apparently, which is new to me too. Because like I said, I haven't done this before. I'm kind of just faffing about here. I'm fucking things up honestly, but it re-wets really, really well. So you would want to probably matte top coat in between certain layers so that you don't accidentally re-wet your under layers when you're doing this though, for sure. But let's just make a big freaking pocket full of posies. No, I don't know. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm just painting some random ass shit. And then I'll probably top coat it and then just paint some more random ass shit. But honestly, it's way easier to get an ombre with watercolor than it would be with your gel, no matter what, because you just drop it into the wet color here. You see what I mean? Like, and then you can get like quite a bit of dimension and stuff like that too. But I'm just gonna make like a whole like little flower patch of something or another. I don't even know, guys. Sorry, I'm starting to hit my personal limit too. I think like of my back and attention span and all that. But yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking about like making like a little like scene of something or another, but it's just looking absolutely challenged in every regard. The whole point though is so that you guys see just how watercolor works on here. I guess really like it's not about the end result so much anymore as just I wanted to see how this was gonna go. So you would want to let it air dry before you did anything else to it, and then you would just be able to just keep going. Why don't I just make some of these like bigger flowers? Sorry, got my hand like, why don't I just fix this by making them bigger? What's so great is the reworkability on the matte top coat, at least on this matte top coat, is excellent, guys. Like I'm really impressed. I can literally just keep shifting and moving and mixing and like, whoa. I didn't expect this to work very well. Like I guarantee it definitely has a lot to do with my paints. You know what? I'm so sorry. You guys, if you guys are still here, you guys are awesome. Obviously, I'm never going to be able to stick underneath for 2 hours, but I'm going to give myself this 9 minutes really quick to just absolutely wipe this off. And we're just going to do like one big tulip. But oh, wow. Okay. Keep in mind, though, it does stain this. So it did stain the matte top coat, which is to be expected with really strong pigmented paints. So if you have really good paints like these, it will stain. But that's okay. I think I'm gonna go right over it, honestly. You could probably do a watercolor wash with it too, and like literally. Well, actually, I wonder if I cleaned it with acetone, alcohol, acetone. I don't know. Eating jelly, like just jelly, like by itself. Oh, cool. The rubbing alcohol actually takes the staining off really, really nicely. Wow, who'd have thunk that? Okay. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see it either. It'd be really cool. I was talking about this in the group. That river walk from freaking Madame Glam. Come on, focus, please. I don't have time for you to be not focused. Nope, you can't see it because it's not going to focus. It's just going to be the bane of my existence today, like everything else. But it has this really, really pretty sparkly undertone. It's really cool. But wait, Stacey, you said you're eating jelly, like just straight jelly, like just straight jelly out of like a jar? I'm sorry, does that sound absolutely challenged to me? But like, okay, so here's our rose, guys. And you can go in and do the same thing with the blooming gel and some green for your flower or for your leaves. Nice deep jaggedy edged leaves for roses. It's always great. Or you can even go with that one stroke brush and do the same thing. But I think that rose actually turned out like really, really pretty. That's probably got to be my favorite so far for sure. And then let's see, here's our really weird kind of Batman's poison ivy outfit flower. Sorry, I'm just like that. Yeah, that's awful. Okay. Add that to the graveyard flowers. If anything, I think the orchid and the yeah, my Hawaiian orchid and that one are probably the best ones for today. I think I keep getting gel on my sweater, which is so not cool. Just saying. Okay, so these guys though were our successful ones for today. I think it's a little pot. What flavored jelly? What kind of yeah? What flavored jelly we do got here, Stace? Like making me hungry. I think I got pizza in the microwave waiting for me, but so those are really pretty. Those turned out a-okay. So this was a complete flop. But let's just see. Let's do this really quick while you're telling me what kind of nummy jellies you got going on there. Because you're making me jellies of your jellies, I think. I don't know. I'm not really always a huge jelly fan, but the fact that you can eat it on its own. Yeah, right. Yeah, so the stain, yeah, it would be really good to build on. That's what's so fun. That's what I was trying to show, if I can do it right and properly quick enough, is that you can actually use the watercolor to build up. So just like you would on watercolor paper, you can use it and build it up. We're gonna do like a tulip, kind of a super Eastery one. Let's just try for that one. So even though it doesn't look like it's got much right now, because there's no definition, I obviously used way too much watercolor. It's not, it's really, really pigmented. Sorry, I normally would thin this out a little bit more, but I don't have my mixing palette near me. So watercolor, the reason why I like gel and stuff too versus watercolor is because it requires a lot. Hi, buddy. Hi, you cannot put that in mommy's face right now, honey. That was not nice, and you almost paper cut my whole face. Okay, I love you, but thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, I love you. That was brutal. Jeez, sorry, kid's trying to paper cut my face. He apparently wants me off. Okay, I know. Everybody did. I got it. Okay. I will make this look like something useful, though. I know, it looks like crap now, but that's the whole fun. Oh, yeah. I agree with your mom's arts and crafts room. Yeah, I'm telling you, there is so many fun things you can do with art supplies, even card making supplies that you could not otherwise. I mean, you could do it. You could do. That's my always been my goal is to see what I can achieve with gel products on nails and stuff like that, like with actual nail products that I could have done with art supplies. So it's kind of like, what can I make look as good as it does art supply wise, um, in gel or polygel or acrylic, whatever the hell, you know what I mean? Doesn't matter what it is as long as it's like a nail supply. So this looks like crap right now, but we're gonna try and show what I was talking about. So we're gonna wash this out a little bit, just give it a little bit of a lighter thing, almost like a background, and then we're gonna go over it when it's dry and try and see how I'm curious to see how the matte top coat's gonna react with this, honestly. But what you can do too is you can actually use this, like, it's called it's like blooming or whatever. It's a different kind of blooming though than that, but like you get blooms when you put too much water on your watercolor, and it gives you like kind of harsh lines or whatever. But like if you let it dry like that, it will actually give you those lines, which could be cool. You use those to your advantage. Hi Zelda, hey, welcome, honey. We're just hopefully about to start finishing up because we've been here for a good minute. But it's so nice of you to pop in. Um, and you get to kind of watch the fun part. We're just kind of playing with watercolor on nails at this point. So this is kind of just the Tiffany screwing around aspect, but I'm gonna try and get this to dry with a fairly even, not super harsh bloom here. And then we're gonna go over it with matte. I'm curious how the matte's gonna react to it. I'm wondering if a matte top coat is going to be able to go over it without like smearing the crap out of it or whatever, you know what I mean? This is turning into more of a pour. I put way too much water. All right, sorry. You can always take some of it off with your brush. And that's why a good brush is also really good because you want it to absorb water really well and hold on to a lot of paint all at the same time. So there you go. Okay. So I just use paper towels and just what is nice is even though it requires a little bit more, materials and space to do some, more in-depth watercolor at least, you can just, it's simple. It's less hazardous water paint done, except obviously you still need the gel for coats because otherwise it's just not going to stay on. It's going to re-wet way too easily, which is kind of sad. I was hoping that once it dried it was going to stay put, but nope. Definitely need to coat. It's not absorbent enough. It's porous, but not completely porous in that top coat, so it will never be enough. However, I was thinking about actually putting watercolor grounds, which is basically like a paint on watercolor surface, which isn't quite as good as good watercolor paper at all. Like it's not even remotely close. But it that actually looks a little bit like an Easter egg now. Okay. But it I keep losing my train of thought. Sorry guys, I'm getting I'm hitting that tired point because it's a little late for me too. So not late at night, just late time wise. Okay. Let's just see if it's air dried well enough, then we should be able to matte top coat it, and let's see how that goes. And then I'm going to try and just do some definition with some orange over it and see if we can get some kind of cute little like Easter tulip or something. But let's see. So matte top coat, is it moving? I'm sorry, okay. Is it moving? No, it seems like it's staying put, which is freaking awesome. Sorry. It doesn't seem like it's lifting up much. Oh, a little bit. So you don't want to go over it too many times. You would probably just definitely want to stick to like more. I always try to not put too much on. That's why, but now it's kind of like smearing it. If you were to put a heavy enough coat on the first time and not have to go over it multiple times, yeah, you'd be good. This would be good, which is cool that it really doesn't lift it up that bad at all. So we're just gonna throw that in really quick while I figure out what the heck we've been doing with it. And then yeah, I don't know. Whoever's still here, say hi. And how's your evenings and or days and or nights going? And hopefully, I don't know if you guys learned anything at all from this today, but if you did, let me know. And these were the two that didn't completely suck out of the bunch, but little Hawaiian orchids and our roses. Like maybe while we're waiting for that to cure, I'll just throw on some because I'm crazy and I just can't stop myself. Let me clean up my one stroke brush. But yeah, chit chat. Let's chit chat for a second while I do my 3-step cure here because of these damn lamps. I gotta definitely do some online shopping after those. Like expedited shipping. Just like, yeah, it's not really the time like I want to be buying things right before I'm about to move, but I do definitely need a working lamp. And no, we didn't get to do any of the bling blinginess, like, but you can literally add, I mean, anything to these nails, like the flowers. You can add like the charms that I made from the molds, your own. You can add bling galore. I've seen some pearls added, some rhinestones added. I mean, there is some really, really cool ways to make your flowers just really, really pop. Like with this one, I actually had put the rhinestones, you know what I mean, in the center for the center dots. And then like this one was actually done with the one stroke, but then I actually used some cat eye on these like darker ones, which were a last minute thing, unfortunately. Otherwise, it would have been a little bit better. But yeah, but you can do pretty much anything with it. I mean, just like anything else. I mean, that's what's so fun about nails is like the sky's the limit, guys. Like, don't ever limit yourself to thinking like, well, no, I don't know how to do art. Like, I have to, you know, I like decals, I like stickers. There's nothing wrong with those. I still use those too. I absolutely do. I use foils, I use stickers, I use decals. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just don't limit yourself because you think you can't do it. That's the only thing I hate to see is like that potential that I know every single one of you has, whether you think so or not. And I would love to see you bloom. Yeah, I made the flower joke there. Yes, I did, or pun or whatever. But no, really, like you are all more than capable of doing incredible things with art. Thank you, Zelda. You're so sweet. Thank you. Yeah, it's funny if you saw the other ones we did today that they were definitely less than pretty, but not everything can be perfect, right? Like not everything can be 5 stars there. And that's okay. I'm learning that slowly. But while I'm waiting for my 4 different curing processes here to try and go over this one, which I totally get if you guys don't want to stick around because we're past 2 hour mark and there's no way I would ever force anybody to stay that long. What? Sorry, what, babe? Did you say something? Michael? Michael? Jesus Christ. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to have to go check this. Okay, let me see if I can just do this with it. So, I would normally want to actually one stroke this. So see how I got some dark green here? Let me see if I can darken this up a bit. Michael, what's going on? What's going on? I don't know what you're saying. Are you serious? Is that what? How did you let that happen? Okay, I don't want to know. Sorry, I'm still on my live for like a couple more minutes. Okay, I'm just trying to see if I can do this and then get some pretty. This is ugly now. Okay, whatever. Sorry guys, I just found out that my kid is doing something really, really weird. I don't know what the. And then I don't know how or why, but yeah, you would want to add in like your little leaf patterns. I was trying to one stroke these, but I'm failing miserably. You know, yeah, not everything is a winner, you know, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be. Sometimes you're just playing around. I'm just a faff, and I'm not even in scream. Oh yeah, no, I'll breathe when I can go and take care of what just happened in my house. So no, we're good. I just talk fast, baby. You know that. You should know that by now. Just a fast talker. Okay, cool, Michael. Thank you. Okay. But yeah, no, it's not that I'm not breathing. I'm breathing heavily. I'm sighing. Like, okay. Like this family of mine. But yeah, no, I love my family, but they cry. And they make their mommy cries. Yeah, so I just wanted to add some like little green something to this. I don't know. Because as well while we're waiting for the. It's good to see you're still here, Shelly. Or no, Stacey. Sorry, I'm sorry. Freaking tiny fonts, man. Hey, maybe somebody can remind me tomorrow to freaking make my doctor's appointment for my eczema. Just saying. Just PM me and be like, make your doctor's appointment, lady. Because I can't see. That's probably why a lot of my stuff's not coming out great anymore. But yeah. And then you could just soften your edges. I'm really loving the one stroke brush. I gotta admit, like, this is my first like really tiny one stroke brush, and it is just so fun. So yeah, blooming gel, one stroke, pretty little roses. All right. What the heck? Is that a termite? Sorry, there's a termite I think that just flew in our house. I have never seen a termite in our house. What the hell? I don't do insects well at all. I don't like this. And then nobody's here to save me. Okay. Okay. Sorry, guys. Now I'm not breathing. I hate insects so much. I really do. Okay. Whatever. Moving on. Here's our weird background thing. Let's add some orange to it. Call it a freaking day. All right. Watercolor. Here we go. Let's move this out of my way here. I don't think I even cured that. I gotta remember to do that before I hit it with my arm or whatever. But why? Hey guys, can you give me just 5 more minutes, please, 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 please? All right. Let's just try and come on in here. Get some orange down here. It is so pigmented, these watercolors, that I probably overdid it. And this could actually be really, really cool though with the right reference and well, I mean time and technique. Like this could be really, really pretty. I'm actually really, really excited about it. I'm like trying to think like how cool this could actually. This is just, yeah, I'm just gonna not do this right now because sorry, there's way too much going on, but you can just get the general idea. Has anybody ever done this? Just like literally when you give up on something, you just go rah and you just paint the whole thing. Because I've had those moments. This one obviously turned out kind of cool because it's just like a big orange yellowy background now, which is cool. It's useful for later. Most of the time though, I just like scribble like big black lines across things when I'm trying to outline things. That's the other thing you can always do too. If you are struggling to have your flowers like take shape, like what I could have done with that green weird one, is to get white and outline it. And I know outlining can seem kind of like more cartoonistic, less realistic, but there's no reason why not, and it can be like really, really pretty, like really, really pretty. I mean, I outlined quite a few of the ones that we have, and you don't have to use white, but if you do, to add that extra depth, it's really kind of cool using white or black and then putting another color even over it or doing kind of that messy like outline look. There's a million different ways to do these things, guys. Like I try my best to show as many as I can, but obviously like some days I'm just a little bit more on it, better at it than others, unfortunately. And today was definitely not a watercolor day for me, but that's because I haven't done watercolor in way too long. And while it's not that different, it is different enough. But it is very, very cool to know that it will sit and stay on the matte top coat like that. Now that was the Madame Glam Velvet matte top coat. I cannot vouch for any of the others, but give them a try. And if you find ones that it works well on, or if you want me to, I'll link up some of my recommendations for some good watercolors, some good quality watercolors. There's some good sets on Amazon even that are not ridiculously expensive too. So I always love that. You know what I mean? As somebody who's not going to get full on into watercolor, you obviously don't want to be spending an absolute fortune to buy some watercolors. But what's great too is, I mean, watercolors mix so well too that as long as you get even like a little like 6 count, my headphones, sorry, I am dropping everything today. A 6 count of high quality watercolors, like Sennelier makes this beautiful Testa tube pack, and obviously I highly recommend the tube paints versus pan paints. However, hand poured pan paints are good. Those are usually really, really good. Especially Etsy is a good place for that too, to find handmade, hand poured pan paints. That's awesome. Oh hell, if you guys want watercolors, let me know. I will add my own. I'll make you guys some palettes, and I'll throw them in a giveaway and or even ship them out to you guys or something maybe, because I have so many tubes of high quality watercolor and so many half pans and full pans that I could make probably a good couple dozen palettes, like no joke. So yeah, that'd be fun to make. Like I could make little starter quality watercolors for you guys. The only thing that I don't really have extra of that you would want to get yourself is a really good quality watercolor brush, at least probably for nails, a number 2 to a number for at the biggest round, always round. Watercolor, there's very few uses for like having different types of brush shapes. You maybe want some flat sometimes, some cat tongues are sometimes useful. Generally, always though, you're just good with a pointed round. That's really all you need. That's the other fun thing about it, because then you can really spend more money on a good quality watercolor brush and just get a nice set of rounds. Anyways, I think that's going to be it for today, guys. I have yet again gone over the 2 hour mark, even though I keep trying not to. It's kind of like the curse of the 2 hours. 2 hour Tuesday lives, right? It's all the teas, because it's dynamite. Sorry, okay. Don't need a copyright strike over it. But yeah, so here's all of the random little flowers I've just made in the last how long. And like I said, some of them are winners, some of them are not. Not everything's gonna be. That's okay. But the whole point is just have fun with it. Play with it. I mean, especially too, like when you're not working on clients, definitely take the time and play. Like that's the best part. That's what makes you get to really fully enjoy it. I don't know. For me, it's its own therapy. Like I was actually told to by a therapist, it is therapy, and to continue doing so, because it's everything your brain needs to be a lot less stressed. It's perfect distraction. It's very healthy. It opens up creativity. There's so many positive aspects of things like this that even for art on a small miniature like scale, like a tiny little nail-sized whatchamacallit. I can't even think. Whatever. Anyways, I hope everybody's having a good night. Anybody had a favorite flower or nail, or are they going to be trying any on your own? I know Stacy, so proud of you for trying it while we were live. Like, heck yes, that's my goal. I want people to try these things with me while I'm doing them. Like, I think that's so much fun. Like, because otherwise, like we say, like, oh yeah, we'll do it, or we'll try that later, or whatever. But then we never get to it because there's so many other things to try. Like, yeah, if you're watching it, I mean, if you're not laying in bed, all comfy cozy, which I totally also recommend. Absolutely, totally do that. Try it. Like, pull out your stuff and try it with me, right? Like, that's the best. But yeah, if you guys had a favorite, let me know. And if you guys want something more in depth, tutorial wise on anything, please also let me know, because I like to know what you guys actually want to see. The rose, right? Yeah, it's so funny that teeing rose. I swear, when the easiest ones are the best ones. It's just like it almost kills me inside, because I'm just like, I like putting that extra into things, you know what I mean? Like, well, yes, I do like easy things, I guess, but I don't though. I don't know. I guess it was the way I was raised. I have a weird affinity for things that are more difficult. I'm just a crazy person, I guess. So when it's something that easy and it looks that good, it's like, dang, man. But that actually is a really good one for client nails. Like, you know what I mean? Something that you can't just spend a million years on. You should definitely consider just blooming gel roses. You can use blooming gel for any flowers, but yeah, the roses I think are the absolute prettiest, because that's the same concept we use in watercolor for roses. We wet the areas in which we're going to drop the color, just like the blooming gel, so that it could bloom like out. So it's exactly the same in watercolor as it is in gel. So yeah, that's really fun. Yeah, so it's a oldie but goodie. And then yeah, no, I'm surprisingly happy with that purple orchid too. Yeah, it didn't turn out nearly as bad as I was thinking it would, at least. And then the other ones, meh, yeah, no. But there's only so many hours in the day. Anyways, I am finally going to stop rambling, and I will see you guys. Hopefully, I know I won't probably be able to do it next Tuesday, because I've been trying to do it every other Tuesday, but having issues keeping up with that. But hopefully, what's today's date? 1 month and 1 week from today. 5 weeks from now, that will be the next Tiff Talk Tuesdays. I'll have a notify me option up for you guys. So hopefully I will see you guys then and there. But until then, I'll still be putting out content. I have tons of video in the pipeline waiting to be edited and released. So don't worry, there's lots of still good stuff coming. Just not my live ramblings for a little while. So yeah, bye, 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 bye. Yeah, Bubba's saying bye, everybody. Thank you all for hanging out, coming, and especially for staying so long, even through some of the ugliest flowers I've ever seen in my life, But if a flower can be ugly, then what is life? I don't know. Just kidding. All right. Bye, everybody.